Check, check, 1, 2. I think it's doing it. Yeah, that's good. Hello.
Oh,
How's it going?
yeah, it's going great.
Yeah, I'm actually
It's
having a
just
good.
the heat been getting to me.
Bro, you like that third person today to say that to me. Like everybody says to me, I was just outside till I went to the store and I was thinking, I was like, I ain't say it out loud, but then after I thought, I'm like, damn, it's hot as fuck outside today.
Then like the Midwest, that shit dry like Nevada.
Yeah. Wait,
Like,
cause where you located again?
I'm in Kansas City.
Oh yeah. Hot.
I stayed in Dallas for 5 years.
Hey, yeah, I thought so. Yeah, I thought so, dude. I was like, I could have sworn. So you had just
Yeah,
what you just got out there?
I've been out here 2 years.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I was kind of offline last year too, so no, that definitely makes sense. That's crazy. How you liking it?
I mean, I like it. It's just the food ain't good. And that's a big thing
Oh,
to me. The food ain't good.
yeah, I feel that because my ass, it's like Dallas, compared to like the suburbs, it ain't no food out here like it is in Dallas. Like you turn to food and it's like everybody putting Lowry's on their shit out there. Over
Man.
here, I'd rather just cook. I'd rather just cook. Like I had asked Aubrey the other day, I said, hey, you want something to eat? Like I could order something because I was trying to be lazy. She said, no, we got food at home. What you mean we got food at home? Like what kids say that? Like she want me to cook. And then she funny because I mean my in-laws took her to a restaurant before, but usually with little kids steaks and stuff like that, they, don't put like a lot of seasonings. They salt and pepper and then nothing else. My ass put salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, Lowry's. So she come home, they bring her food home with her, and it's steak. I make steak, and she got steak. I'm like, cool, same thing. It's not the same
No,
because
it's
she
not the
said,
same.
I want your steak. And I said, huh? Like, I don't get it. And then I taste it. And I'm like, I get it now. I get what she's talking
Bro,
about.
I
And this
don't like this is an agricultural place.
Yep.
And I don't buy steak here. I cook my own. I gotta
It's
have my
better that
Montreal
way.
spicy seasoning.
Mm-hmm. That's it. It's a better way. How's your trading this week?
Train was actually pretty good. It's just I've been taking it's just scalps.
I think
Like my
that's
long
exactly
trades,
what the market is
they really
doing.
ain't holding up.
They're
Like
not holding it all. It's the
so I
daily
just
chart
been
that pull
scalping a
back.
little bit here, a little bit there. It's gonna do what it's doing what the fuck it want to do. So I'm
Yeah.
just letting it do its do.
I think the biggest thing is timing is everything. And it's just like, even that aspect of mindset is, I mean, I'm getting better and better at it every single day. You know what I'm talking about? Because it's like, let's think about the last few trades we've been in. We were in GBP USD, and then it was up until it wasn't. It was just like sharp for whatever reason, but we get it to a couple hundred. And then it's like, okay, we save the account from GBP USD, and then we get into Bitcoin. And then Bitcoin, we up a couple hundred. Same situation, but it's even higher. But if we think about it, between three different pairs, GBP USD, Bitcoin, and oil, every single one of these accounts go up a couple hundred and then just slam down. But and then I look at the market today, after I get home from the store, I'm just like, why is the market slamming down like that? It's the daily chart. It looked like they needed the retest because Bitcoin now, I sent it into the mentorship group. It looked good. It makes sense now. But for me, it's always a matter of how far does something want to go down. That's
When I
the
say that bit retested, it retested all the motherfucking way. Like
all of it,
even
all the
Jasmine,
way.
like that Jasmine trade, that motherfucker is on his way back to my entry from like last week, and I held
Yeah.
that trade like 4 days.
And that's the one part. It's like it's so annoying, but when the market works out, like it has been the last few years because like this is the first year I've had it to where I'm just getting slammed because the market is really not holding. But it's like I wouldn't change the way that I trade because I know that I'm lazy. Like I don't wake up in time. Like people waking up for US session, I'm going to bed at
Well,
7
man.
a.m. and I wake up in the middle of US session. And I be dead ass about that. I wake up at like 10, 11. But I used to go sleep at like 5, but it's like, I don't know, maybe I'm getting better at just not eating sleep, but I have been choking the fuck out these Red Bulls too, so we gotta factor that Red Bull in.
Hey,
But
that's one thing I do. Like, I done chug me like two of them bitches today. I be having to be careful on them.
yeah, they so good. I
Motherfuckers
was
say, hey, hey, you tried that
like,
summer? You tried that summer lemon?
oh no, see, I don't like lemon drinks. I don't like lemon stuff. That shit, can't do it. Well, I don't know what it is. Even with my cannabis, it went them lemon ones.
Yeah.
I taste the lemon like get that bitch out my tongue. I had rolled up before I had got on because we be on.
Man, I had forgot, girl. I was sitting up there.
You could go do it real quick. I know we be on for a while because I was like, damn, I forgot mine last week, and I was like, dang, halfway
Hold
through,
on,
like,
hold on. No, no, we straight, we straight, we straight. I got my pen. I got my
oh, okay,
pen.
bet. I used to do the pins too. Them pins, I don't know, they give me a headache. It wasn't meant for me. But yeah, this season is I feel like this season is good because it's like the lessons are in the failures. But it's like when people think about me, a lot of people think I don't deserve my spot that I'm at. But it's like when you think about it, they probably don't think of it this way. Is I'm free every day. Like it's something that doesn't change. I've been free every day since 2019, and it's not like something that I keep track of every day. It's kind of like losing weight. Like when people work it out and you look at your weight loss goals, if you looking to lose weight, you're not checking the scale every single day. That's what is happening in real life too, because the timing really is the blessing because you work out enough, you get in compounded discipline, compounded confidence, and then you get compounded results. But the results, it doesn't like be there day to day. It's like as one big whole, if that makes sense. And that's kind of like what is happening in the market. I don't know, like when I think about it, I wish I would have documented the process better and more in the beginning, right? And I was
Hmm.
always good about documenting the process, but when I was on my way to becoming a forex trader, because people, I think they miss this aspect of I'm a regular person that trades because trading is a high paying 9 to 5, but then that money
Hmm.
gets put into assets. But it's like overall, I'm still a person, but it's like if you don't understand the compounded habits of day to day of my habits is what makes me who I am, then it's like you'll notice that the habits don't change easily. Like people will get on, and I'm in my losing season, right? But everyone's seeing the results that I've had over the years, over the last few months. And the results I get from other people, not even just talking about me. Like I got amazing results, but I've all other people that have amazing results. And when you get those kind of results, to me, it's like why the fuck would I listen to you? You know what I'm talking about? Because that person don't have those results. But at the same time, it's like you seen the Titanic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit. I love that movie, but it's like I was taking a shot earlier. I listened to one of the songs, and then I was thinking about it. I was like, y'all, it's like real time getting to watch the Titanic get built because my payment processors went down last year, right? That's a situation I've never been in before because it's like, I'm a first generation multimillionaire. I don't have nobody to teach me that side other than watch what these people do because they're where I want to be 8 figures, 9 figures, 10 figures, so on and so forth, whatever it is, wherever they are. I like Alex Hormozy, I like Vusi, I like a lot of these people, a lot of the like that. I wouldn't even call them influencers. They just changed their life to a certain point to where it's like all eyes are on them, but it's like real time with me too because it's like when I think about where I started in life and where I am now, it's like I'm just not starting to tell people the story about how I grew up. But then it's like, but between that, it's like there's a link between what is the link between me back then, me as a teen, me as a young adult, and then me as a grown woman right now at 30 years old. And it's been my mindset and my discipline along the way of you can't change my mind because it has to get done regardless. And it's like our version of the white people movie versus the black people movie. But we watching me build the black people movie right now of the Titanic because that bitch tanked. They talking about remember they like the ship will not go down and that bitch went down and they was just like singing sad songs and shit. Da, 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 da. That's how I feel like everybody looking right now. Like, and I understand we in I would say a technical recession because this fucking dollar is coming down. And when I show you on the charts, it's gonna make sense. But we getting manipulated the top of the week. We getting fucked up because I even came in with a hardcore game plan and it damn near played itself out until like Monday later going into Tuesday. But even that didn't make sense. But this manipulation of that daily chart had to come down one more
Man, if
time.
anybody complain, you tell them, will you take trades then?
Oh, I
You
always do. I
Well,
don't
you
even,
getting
but
to
that's,
work it.
yeah,
You gave us all the information we need to get out that bitch and do it on our own. And
right.
if ain't nobody got the confidence in themselves to get out there and do it on their own, that mean they need to practice more. You need to be in the
Yes.
market more. Like,
Yes. But
damn.
it's like watch but it's like a mindset change of even me individually because there's gonna be hate regardless, but it's like we way past that. We way past the point of figuring out if it can be done. It's been done too many times. We're trying to figure out, can I do it with everyone else? And really, I'm in the shower thinking about this too. On because I'm my own biggest critic, if that makes sense. Like nobody gonna critique me more than I'm gonna critique myself because even it's like there's a lesson in everything. There's a trial and tribulation in everything, but how you respond to it and how you overcome it is going to be the answer of if you a giant in the industry, in life, in your family, in your household or not. Because some people sit down and get jumped and get beat up, and I'm just not one of those people. But
On your
even I'm
mama.
not one of those people as a business owner. I'm not one of those people as an adult, and I wasn't one of those people as a child because there was one situation. You know, I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana. I was born there, but I was raised in the Dallas school district. You know how I go in the Dallas school district. These kids over here, they jump the parents too. They don't give a fuck over there. So, so
It
I
sure
remember
though. Bring
they
your mama.
don't
I ain't gotta go get
care.
my mama. I ain't gotta go get my
Yeah, and they're
mama,
like,
but you
"Good, we
gonna
gonna
need
whoop her
yours.
ass too." They don't care.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
my mama, she wasn't picking us up anyway. We was on the bus, but it's me and my sister that's right under me. My other sister, she like 4 years older, but we in grade school. I'm in like fifth grade elementary at fucking Dandy Rogers Elementary in Dallas. And these bullies are on the bus. They basically make it fun of my sister, the middle child. They basically make it fun of her. And then I'm her older sister, like, we not going for it, da 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 da. But I'm way more hostile than the one that's under me. She real timid. She one of those in life. You might be able to beat her up because she gonna sit there and take it. And then I'm gonna be the one to come and whoop your motherfucking ass after I heard about it because what the fuck are you doing? But that's how I was as a child. So it's like my habits as a child, my habits as a teenager, my habits in my 20s, my habits in my 30s are all the same. They're just maturing along the way. I'm getting smarter about the ass whooping I'm handing out instead of physically kicking your ass because something happened. Like basically, they was making fun of her, right? And then I say we're not doing that. So then they started making fun of me. But my sister, hey, the jokes is funny, so on and so forth. But if I'm defending you, just like if I'm defending the public, eventually I'm gonna have to whoop your ass as well. And my ass whooping to the public is I'm raising these prices when these accounts get flipped because I'm bringing you along the journey and you not appreciating the journey. My sister's ass whooping came with a physical ass whooping when I'm 10 years old in front of the bullies, whooped their ass and whooped her ass, and then told my mama at home why everybody got their ass whooped on the bus. And then my sister tried to tell on me, and she like, yeah, she hit me because well, they made a joke and I laughed. And she said, okay, so Naomi came to your defense. And this is when my mama had little bit of common sense. This is before it got worse. You know what I'm talking about? She said, Naomi came to your defense. You laughed. It makes sense why she hit your ass in the face. But that's me. But it's like, but that's what the market is doing to us right now. I feel like I don't know. I've been through so much. It's like nostalgic for me to think about like the timeline of my life and be able to articulate it to the world because it's new to me. But trading is something that's new to everyone else also. But it's like the way that the industry has been over the last few years, even when it comes to prop firms and stuff like that. When I started trading in 2017, I didn't really know about prop firms and stuff like that. And that's why I've never done prop firms. But I feel like prop firms, they get people into a habit of focusing and following their rules. And so people never get out to learn the market's actual rules and their rules that's going to help them develop emotionally as a trader in
Yeah.
addition to technical analysis and fundamental analysis. But then it's like It's like, think about this. Like, I remember, like, I've worked with traders all over the world. I worked with traders in the US. I worked with traders overseas. But then there's a certain group of fundamental traders who I looked up to. It was like Courtney Logan, them, James Wilson, and they out of Chicago area, and they've been teaching. I mean, they're older than me, so they've been teaching years before me. They know way more people. It's like a network. So it's like I'm cool with them over the years, but there was a time where they wanted to mold traders that were already profitable traders. So it was like me and a select group of people. But because and I'm cool with everybody. I can have a conversation with anybody. So it's like I look up to them, so I'm up for the challenge. I want to do it. But it's like I'm going with plan A until give me a reason for not to go with plan A. There is no plan B in my head until plan A don't work. So if you got a group of profitable, already successfully made profitable students that you want to show to strengthening as fundamental traders, and we're not fundamental traders, it doesn't work. So it's like what I was, and I was like in what, like 2021, 2022. So me and this other guy, we're having a conversation like outside of the group, and we were having, it was turbulence like in our trading because we're trying to implement what they're saying about fundamentals because we're open to the idea of sharpening our edge, but at the same time, we're already millionaires. So it's just like there's no way to grasp my mind when I'm already getting like change my mind on something, even though I respect you fully, when I'm already getting an extravagant result that you might not be even getting yourself. But I still respect you as someone, as my elder that's doing well in this world, that's doing well in business, and I want to take your advice. But then it's like you never want to outdo the teacher. And back then, I didn't have enough maturity to understand that. So it's like I pretty much write him off. Nobody fucking with me no more. Shit, nobody. I mean, they might be still fucking with him because I'm way more loud than him. But at the same time, it's just like I don't have to be as outspoken on certain situations that it's the maturity of growing, if that makes sense. I don't have to be outspoken just because I don't agree with something. But it's like over the years, I learned that. But it's like in trading, it's the same thing. Even though we're getting our ass whooped, I'm still having a great day because it's the process that I want everyone to see because it's the process that's the most important. But it's the process that I'm in as well, not in trading, but in business. On keep in mind, YouTube, I've been talking for like 30 to 45 days for real. And then we're
Mhm.
getting all the automation set up. And then so the automations are set up, everything looked great, right? Now check this out. Check out what happened this week. My fucking Instagram gets like it's not shut down, but I'm locked out of it because I'm
Mhm.
locked out of that Yahoo email address. But then it's like it's easy for me because I'm free all day to get roped into Instagram and Facebook because it's easy to post there because I'm on my phone, right? I don't necessarily need to be
Mhm.
on a laptop, but when it comes to trading, especially me as a technical trader, I need to be able to show the laptop. So that's why I like, talking on my private sessions and then,
Mhm.
showing the world that because it's more teaching rather than me talking to the camera. Because me talking to the camera will bring out more pride and ego because I've accomplished so much and overcame so much. So it's like timing is everything. So people got to understand and maybe think about something, a situation that I have to get through is not something that's happening to me, it's happening for me. Because even when I go through something, I have to do the same thing. Because I'm thinking the automations are making my life easier, and they are. They're making Instagram easy, TikTok easy, Facebook easy, and then 4 to 5 different Yahoo accounts easy because it's connecting my whole network together. I'm using
Mhm.
AI to help figure out how we're going to do the email marketing, how we're going to do the SMS marketing. So it's like if I understand and have gave the example to everyone how the Flintstones versus the Jetsons came about in my head of it's like the past versus the future. We're watching the process along the way of what's going on, and that's why it's like me being the Titanic, it will not sink because I've overcame trials and tribulations in personal life, trials and tribulations in all categories of age and in business, but all three of those categories is the exact same thing as on the market. So when we get smoked or something, it's easy. Like let's take Walmart for example. People think when Walmart stock is going down, Walmart still open every single day? Even if the stock coming down, it's open every single day. But what they don't
Mhm.
get to see, like at nighttime, they used to be 24 hours a day, and then they're changing the program in front of us. Now it's only like 12 hours a day. But people are still working at night. We're just not there. And it's the same thing as me. I was asleep yesterday when Oil decided to give me a fucking finger. Like, I said, you stupid bitch. I'm knocked out. I'm sleeping so good. I'm thinking we safe. But it's the same as Bitcoin the day before. We up $400-500 the whole day. I don't have to watch it. Every time I glance at it,
Right.
cool, we float it. It's easy. But it's a mindset because you don't know that the market is coming down until it's coming down. But what do you do to get better when it's coming down? What do you do so your entries will hold better so that you can actually hold weekly swings, monthly swings, daily swings? If that makes sense, because it's like we've done it before, but why is this market? I mean, Trump is in office, so on and so forth. We're in a war, that makes sense, but it's nothing we haven't done before because history always repeats itself. And it's like we are entering low. We've sharpened up on the descending wedges entries when we get into a buy. We sharpened up the ascending wedges when we get into a sell. We figured out how to correlate all the time frames together. So now it's the matter of time. When is the right time? We got manipulated to a point this week to where it almost don't make no sense, but when I show you on the chart, it makes sense. And that's why I was like, damn. Like, I don't know. Like last night, I was up to 7 a.m. And
Uh,
it was like a point last night to where I'm just, I don't know. I just feel like all warm and fuzzy. Like it's like an aha moment. But it's the same aha moment I had, like when like my judge when I was facing the 2 to 10 for pistol whipping that dude in the
mhm,
domestic violence situation. The judge, so I had this dog, right? To tie the story. When I was young, we had a dog named Kenzie. She was a blue healer. Blue healers is like exotic ass dog. You're not gonna see that bitch nowhere. We got
mhm,
her from a junkyard, what was like a tow yard, junkyard mix back when my mom was doing dispatch for like Proto, and somebody didn't want the dog because she was messing with all the older dogs. They were irritated with her. We got that dog as a gift. Fast forward 30 years later, I get that domestic violence incident. I run inside because this nigga crazy. Like I done seen him get mad, pass up all his dog, and go and throw my dog or something, throw her cage. I put that nigga on walls for that shit. So then that domestic violence incident happened. Of they asking me, cause they trying to get me on a technicality of why did I go back inside the house? Because I was out at first. I went back inside as I explained to them because this bitch is crazy. He get mad and he gonna do whatever. He gonna try to throw the dog whatever. And I got big ass dogs, but he a big nigga like 6'1", 6'2". He can, and my dogs are 100 pounds, but it don't matter. So I went back in to say the dogs. The judge on the bench, like I don't know. My lawyer, she seemed a little scary, right? She seemed like the public. She seemed like the consumers. Like, hey, I think we should try to work with the courts and take the deal because basically she don't want to fight it. Like she don't like fight it, but don't fight it. Like get you a lesser sentence, but we're not trying to get you off for real, but we're not trying to let you go to jail. She trying to weigh her options on risk management, but at the same time, it sounds like to me to regular people on hey, I gave trading a try. I gave investing a try. I gave thinking bigger a try. It's not working right now. So I'm going to go back to my original mindset. And that doesn't make sense in my head because I understand my kind of favor in the world, but it's not just favor in the world, it's also the work. I'm teaching the everyone the work that is required in order to get where you want to go because it required me to do that as well. And every season of my life started with a serving season. Ain't that crazy though? I used to be a server, but I wasn't just a regular server. I didn't work at any restaurant. It's a time and a place for everything. I work at Papado's Seafood Kitchen on Strip Club Avenue, Lombardi Lane, right in the middle of Dallas. So I'm waiting on all the NFL players. I done waited on LeBron James' family before. That's another story because that was not good, but that's a whole nother story. We'll get into that. But I ain't never been no hater, so I ain't never told nobody the story. But I tell you, that was my last day being a fan. But it's a time and a place.
Dang, LeBron.
Yeah, I done done a lot. There's a lot of different phases of Naomi, and I just started talking. But even with YouTube, it's just a matter of growth. It's a matter of a growth mindset. No matter where I am, no matter what the trial is, I'm gonna overcome it. So that trial is I'm facing 2 to 10 in jail, and my judge on the bench, I forgot her name, but she a Southern Belle. But I'm hip with it. I go and do the work to figure out who my judge is to see what her let's see what her conviction rate is. Her conviction rate high, but you know what we got in common? She got a dog that's a blue fucking healer. And that is,
Ah,
I walked into the court, I knew that, and I get that feeling last night, that same feeling I got when I go to the website of the courthouse and I look at the judge's name and then I look at her family pictures And I see the blue Hilla in the family pictures. And then I tell my lawyer, I'm gonna have to rule. Oh, I wish I had this photo uploaded. I'll have to put this photo up here. And I say, you know how you gotta have some photos to tell who you are to help tell the story. So I
Mm-hmm.
give my lawyer a specific photo, and you know I got six dogs, but we in the car together, me and the six dogs, and we look like a Brady bunch. So it's German Shepherd, and then three of the little German Shepherds and shit. So I said, show her this picture, and she gonna understand because everybody else don't understand why I went back in that house. She gonna
Mm-hmm.
understand why I went back in when I say I went for the dog because I'm talking about you could have had any dog in this fucking world and you got a blue heeler, the same dog I had as a kid. That is not no common fucking dog. That's a sign. So I'm
Yeah.
always going to look at the signs, not only in the market, but it's in life. I knew I had the case when I saw the blue heeler on the website. I just said, send her the picture. You not confident? I got it in the bag. It's no matter what. It's no matter what. But no matter what comes from a level of rock bottom is the lowest you can go. If you already broke, there's no other way to go. So if you don't know the rules of the market, the only thing is to keep learning. And the way that I learned the rules of the market because I'm self-taught was erasing my chart every single day and starting to look at the fractals and starting to look at the relationships between the pairs and starting to look at where are the retests because now everything makes sense. The only thing we cannot control is if we're getting manipulated. And it's just like in real world. If you're getting manipulated in real life, like you come to an officer, this bitch having a bad day, or he need a raise. Like I had just watched this law enforcement video. Somebody was it was in Chicago actually too, Chicago, Illinois. He want overtime. He want to make more money, so he's taking
Mm-hmm.
niggas to jail for DUIs because he want to be able to show up to court because he gonna get paid overtime. So this nigga officer making a
Yeah.
quarter million a fucking year. Cause he playing the rules to their fucking face. And you know how long it take them to figure out he playing in their fucking face? Like that nigga cooking, but I would have been pissed if I'm fighting the DUI charge because this bitch want overtime because he
Bro,
can go to
I'm
court.
talking about mad.
But that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes you gotta fight evil with evil and then you wait. But either way, you wait because it's like there's only two answers, right, wrong, and you wait. Buy, sell, you wait. Up, down, you wait. Boy, girl, you wait. So now it's like, let's look at the charts and tie it all together. Here we go. So when I say the Titanic, it was that I would say me versus the Titanic. I am the Titanic in the industry because it's like I'm the hidden secret. It's a story I never told before because it's like it's awkward for me to tell and people don't relate to it. People relate to it and I hit every single category if that makes sense because it's like let's say the guy that I was seeing right now. If I've never told anybody I dated the story because I didn't know how they would understand it because I was easily triggered back then and now I'm able to talk about it now because I've worked out the easily triggering parts of me if that makes sense. Then
Mhm.
I get this guy that I've been seeing for this last year. I just dropped him because it's like he says something that's absolutely insane, and I'm basically keeping this nigga and his weak ass family alive. Like I'm like, dude, didn't I just give you like $5,000 for your school? Da da da. Okay, we saying that.
Hold
Every
on, you dropped him?
Yeah, because this is what he did. He's
I'm
like,
sorry, I seen you post that other dude the other day. I don't know where y'all was in it.
I ain't gonna lie. I be getting around. I wouldn't even keep track of me until I'm just like, hey guys, I'm serious about
I
this
said
tonight.
my friend is off the fucking chain.
I there's so many different levels of me, and YouTube actually works because I can actually talk about everything instead of just like how I've been posting. I've been
Mm.
posting for years, but then it's like last year was big because it's like the payment processor went down. And it's like that wasn't the first payment processor to go down. That was like the second one to go down. Cause I had one go down in fucking November too. But my reaction to the second one going down was a lot better than my reaction to the first one. But it's just like a blown account. But it's like a blown account is nothing more than a life issue. So let's say last year the payment processor went down. I retired basically like, oh, fuck this shit. Here, guys, here's your money back. I call it a day because I couldn't do nothing about it because I wasn't well versed in skill in business like that to figure out how to recover like elegantly if that makes sense. Like it was a
Uh-huh.
kind of a sloppy recovery because I was trying to figure out how to do it, but it's just like people in the real world when you're in the mud, and you trying to figure out how to get out of it, it's like you slip out of the bank. Like it's slippery on the edges. And then when you finally start getting further and further out the mud, you can kind of get grass, grab it, and then pull yourself further out. But as long as you in the mud and on the slippery parts of the edges, it's gonna keep pulling you in. So that's gonna require separation as a person, as a trader, as a business, and in ministry. It's a different kind of separation because the way that I feel spiritually now is not the way that I always felt. Because I used to look at God, because look, I used to look at God like I didn't believe in him like that because I just went through so much shit as a kid. Like, who the fuck would do that to somebody? That and say that you love me? You know what I'm talking about? It sounded crazy to me. And my families were like, they were big Christians. Like I told y'all the story about my grandma praying over the Care Bears movie, broke that bitch in half because she thought the devil was in there. This nigga, he basically said, and that's the thing, when I open up to people and I'm close to them and they use the story against me, when you're mad, then I want to throttle your bitch ass and
I
I can't
can't fuck
stop.
with you no more.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what happened. So I get mad about something because he fucking wrong. Like, just grow up. And then he'd say, "Well, you probably going through with same thing your mama going through." I said, "No, bitch, because I actually don't touch nobody until they start touching me. I was abused as a child. My mama used to throttle my bitch ass for no reason. And guess what? I grew up learning how to fight back. And then my first CPS case was because she tried to throttle me as an adult, and I rocked her shit and in Frisco, Texas, and then they calling me talking about trying to mend it. So my first CPS case was way more like working with them than my last one, which is people will call just because I'm out the matrix already, if that makes sense. But it's like people don't realize that about me until I started talking on YouTube. So he mad that I'm mad. He say some outrageous shit. And then I start turning the fuck up. Like I'm a professional turn the fuck upper. Like people don't get that part because they're like, oh, she got money. She's not gonna do nothing. I done threw trash cans off the mountain. I'm not fucking with nobody. I don't care. Like call the cops. I'm gonna be gone long before they get here. That's the kind of person I am. But it's very logical at the same time, if that makes sense. But it's like when people don't have a habit of overcoming anything, they're gonna take these blown accounts and be like, fuck this shit. I'm gonna work the rest of my fucking life. Yes. And we can't do shit about that to them. I remember this argument back when I used to argue with internet influencers, and it was this dude, his name was Mr. Paid in PJs. I hate saying his name out loud because it's like, dude, don't want people really know about him, but this nigga was right. And we had this argument years ago, and it's always stuck with me. You want to hear about it?
Go ahead.
It was the you cannot save everybody argument. And back then, really up until like a few months ago, a few weeks ago, I'm like, I can save everybody. I will save everybody. And now I'm 30 years old now. And I think I was like newly millionaire whenever me and he was having this argument. So this was like 2020. And I'm just like, no, I can't save everybody, and you cannot tell me that I can't. And they're like, he said, no, you cannot. But he's not giving me a reason as to why I cannot. But now I'm understanding the reason because it's like, even though I'm giving everybody the opportunity to go down the path with me, I'm basically fucking Harriet Tubman. I'm saying, hey guys, let's go to the north. Ain't no slavery that bad out there. There's still probably some slavery out there. I ain't saying no bad people out there that's gonna ship your ass back if they find you. But I'm saying we got a better chance up here. Some people saying no, I want to stay down here in the side. Well, bye. I'm finna take this group up here real quick. And I've been taking this group up here since 2019. And then again in 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24. But the difference between this year and all those years and my new business compared to my old business is the work was a lot harder back then. I would call that my Flintstone era of my 20s of building the business, making a network and trying to relate to people and find people that's just not where I grew up, if that makes sense, because it's like, I don't know, it's like I have to learn every day, but then I also enjoy learning because between the hours of 12 last night and I let my daughter go sleep at like 12 because I was asleep at 5 to 7. She kept waking me up, and I think at one point I like pleaded. I said, if you let me sleep till 7, you can stay up till midnight. And she never came back. And then I
She
regretted it
said
closer to
bet.
midnight. But between midnight and 7 p.m. is when I got all that work done. But it's like just because I wasn't working on the market because I'm trying to figure out where it's going, I was working on the back end of things because it's just like that Walmart, how we were talking of just because Walmart isn't open for us at night doesn't mean they're not open doing something. The work is getting done, but it's trying to figure out a way to make the results faster. If my learning curve was 2 years and then I've had people have a learning curve of like 9 months, like Austin, I think he was my fastest millionaire. His learning curve was 9 months, so that was like October of 2021 going into July of 2022, he made his first million. Then it's just like the timing of it is crazy because I am an active learner, so my learning is like harder if that makes sense, and it's longer. But then when I teach it, it makes everyone else learning curve not as bad. But it's like the what people are missing is the emotional link to the market, the anxiety people have when they trade, and why I think I am where I am in this journey and in this world is because I've mastered my emotions, and it's not only I've tried everything. So it's like me, I have an anxiety disorder or had one, but it's not even that. I don't have it anymore. And I was thinking that earlier. I'm like, man, it's a good ass day. I don't have anxiety like I used to, but I changed around the people in my life that would give me anxiety, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And in the market, I don't have anxiety because my rules, I just follow the rules. And the rules work or they don't right there. Because when they do work, it's six-figure accounts, seven-figure accounts from a small account. But when they don't work, my risk management is it's only a small account to start with. But keep in mind, I've taken account one account specifically from $100 to $15,000 and then blew that bitch at $15,000. That's what people don't talk about. And how do I deal with that? I can tell you the experience of how I had to deal with that because it's like I had to go through it. And just like the anxiety of moving people in my life until, oh, I'm not anxious. I wonder what happened. Oh, that nigga gone. Not that nigga, but anybody. Anybody that's making my life hard is gone. But sometimes it's people trying to learn from me, but it's not their fault because but it's like a discernment is what I've learned this last season. So, but overall, the like how do I say? Let me put it this way. It's just like I have to figure out where to place people in my life. But because I was a parentified child, I overdid my part in the world. So that argument with Mr. Payne and PJs was I'm a parentified child, but he don't know I'm a parentified child. And really back then, I'm not studying myself like that to even know I'm a parentified child either. But the more I study myself, the better I get in these markets, the more it makes sense as to why I thought I could save everyone. Because when my mom, all that shit happened this year, it's like I drop everything I'm doing, I go help my sister. I drop everything I'm doing here, go help them. But it's like the assets in the market, they run themselves, but my accounts, I've never had to drop my accounts in the Forex market or the crypto market or like in regular just investing because when you're so far like in the journey, when you're deep in it, when you're out of the mud, the life runs itself. My accounts run themselves. And when the accounts are getting blown down, it's not me actively awake all the time for that account. Just like when the account's going up a couple $100, a couple $1,000, it's not me running the account. So people got to figure out emotionally how to deal with themselves and what they feel in the market without having to medicate themselves. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because I
I
used to
be thinking I'm
meditate.
rambling, my bad. I be like, ah, bah, 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 and let me tie it all together like a
Oh
bow
no, you good. Because I
tie.
used to medicate like when I first met Gold,
Mm-hmm.
alcohol was my friend, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Gold will have you make you an alcoholic. You trying to drink and talk to your friends and y'all trying to trade at 2:30.
Yeah. You know what's funny? When I was in IML, it was like one of the first pairs I ever traded with was gold. Like the first pair I ever traded with was USDJPY. I put $800 in the account and then I made $1,200 in the account in 5 minutes. But that was my first trade ever. But that's a good trade. I think if I would have lost my 1,200 first, I would have been fucking pissed. But God knew, gave me my 1,200 first. But 5 minutes later, I still lost everything. But it was enough to show me that, damn, look at this. And I never stopped after that. So at the same time of we getting blown out in these accounts lately, I'm like, damn, like what's going on? But I'm like, the timing is the gift. So it's like, do I think I can still make the 100 to 150K by June 1st? I think there is a chance. But what I want to show the world is timing is the real gift because what happens if it doesn't go by June 1st? It's like, I'm not going to stop trading like with the group. I'm because if I feel like if I trade by myself, then it defeats the purpose of what I'm trying to show because I want to be able to take you guys along the journey. But
Mm,
sometimes the journey is the failure as well, and from the failure, I get to see who got that dog in them and who don't. Because when they don't, I'm just like, oh, ain't have shit to do with me. You know what I'm talking about? Because it's like I still invited you along the journey. I'm saying
right.
let's go to New York, and you like, can we pit stop in Minnesota? And I say, fuck Minnesota. He's like, but I still need to go. And I say, okay, go, but meet me in New York. And then you get to Minnesota and got kidnapped, and they took your ass to fucking, I don't know, Canada or some shit. I don't know. And gone now. But I tried to take you. I could have saved you. We could have fought the kidnappers together. But now you gone, and they didn't sex traffic your ass. I'm like, you should have gotten the motherfucking car. Oops. So same as the dollar. If we know the dollar constantly going down, and we know that you see this on the weekly chart, how we got this high and we got, hang on, monthly chart. This high, we got this low, this low, this low, this low, and this low. What's the rules of a downtrend?
Rules of a downtrend. It will only get lower. You will not make higher high.
So what's the lows? What are they? Higher high or higher low?
You said where are the lows?
Yeah, like how do you identify the lows? Is it lower lows or lower highs? I'm sorry, lower lows or higher lows in a
Oh,
downtrend?
that'll be lower lows.
Yeah, and then the highs, what are they? Are they a lower high or a higher high in a
Higher high,
downtrend?
always. In
Yeah,
an
so
uptrend.
so now we're looking at it on the monthly chart because we know the rules. So the more you know the rules and the more not even know the rules, like the rules gotta be a part of you. And that's the only way that like the learning is gonna work. Because if I'm like the Titanic, if we watching me be the Titanic right now, we didn't watch me crash into an iceberg last year, April 2025, payment processor go down. And then boom, refunded $80,000. That's the first time I had to do that. That bitch hurt. That bitch hurt. And then boom, hit another ice word. Got into a domestic violence situation again. Like a year later, but still June last year. And then I'm thinking I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with this nigga because honestly, that situation, we was together 5 years, but it wasn't like that for 5 years. It was the last year and a half, but it was still a situation. My
Mm-hmm.
bad, it's my puppy. So that's iceberg, and then it's like boom, this iceberg over here is trying to come back. We get, and it's like we get long wins along the way. We get the big account flip, we get account flips in between. We come back, we start teaching, but it's like okay, I still got that mindset. I'm gonna save the world, and it's like okay, invite y'all along the journey. Boom, January, it's like I'm emotionally defeated because like all this stuff going on in my mind. People are like, oh, we're not winning. We don't like this blah 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 blah. Can you lower the prices for us? But that's not the answer. The answer is more value, raise the prices, raise my expectation for clientele because I'm not nowhere where I started. Like it would be equivalent to me trying to ask servers to pay me 100,000 and I was one of the only servers at that restaurant making $100,000 a year. You know what I'm talking about? It's like that situation. But why is it I am the person I am when there's other people in Shreveport, Louisiana, if that's where I'm from. There's other people in Dallas where I grew up. Why is it me instead of them? It's because I just kept going. I didn't make any excuses. Everyone has to do what they have to do to make ends work to take care of their families. But in addition to taking care of your families, you gotta have a different mindset. And that mindset is all of these time frames are gonna match together like one big giant puzzle piece. And you just said a downtrend is going to show you lower lows and lower highs, right? And so it's like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, that downtrend on the monthly chart showed me that. The downtrend on the weekly chart is still showing me the same thing. So then it's like, okay, what does a retest of a lower low look like? Sorry, a retest of a downtrend look like? You know what that is?
Yeah,
Like,
it's going to break structure
mm-hmm.
and it's going to turn around and retest the trend line. So
Yep.
basically, the retest is
Which part?
that
The low or the
let's
high is the retest for the downtrend.
all right. So let's go to this little section right there.
Mm-hmm. This
The
one right here.
retest, yep, the retest is that red wick to the left.
Oh, right here.
Uh-uh,
Oh, right here.
that one, the long red one to the left.
Yeah. Oh, this one right here.
Yep.
Yeah, perfect. So then let's mark that. So that's a retest of this is a lower high retesting a previous lower low. So that's
Yep.
exactly it because that's the same retest that we're going that you saw how you just identified it there. It's the exact same thing right here on the monthly chart. So this is the lower low is retesting and this is the lower high that we came from. But we also sold this retest here too, and that was
Yep.
in February. But then we know we're holding a trade for 3 weeks in like March going into April. But so it's like the timing is everything. If something can last 3 weeks, 4 weeks, a month, a year, then it's just like you just gotta ride the wave the same way because if you change your mind, it's like you're gonna miss it if that makes sense. So that time
Mm-hmm.
frame aligns and this time frame aligns. Let's see what the daily chart aligns to do. The daily chart to me is the one that is doing the manipulation because you
Yep.
see this, you
It
see
broke.
this?
Yeah. It's
Yep.
just it did that just to fake out the
Uh-huh. And but if a market is in a downtrend, right? Is
mm-hmm.
it against the rules if it does retest a previous lower high and doesn't break it?
Oh, if it I mean if it doesn't break it, then you're
It's
still
still
good
in
because
structure.
yeah.
That's what the market is doing. That's why today I'm outside. It's hot as fuck. When I'm outside and I was like, I quickly got back inside. I pull up this chart and I'm just like, damn, we finna do it because timing is everything. The only difference is we get manipulated right here because this should have held. But the blessing of it is we starting with lower account sizes. Now, granted, I don't got no control over if I say we starting with $100 account and then somebody put 10 bands in that bitch. They don't listen. That's they bad. They need to go face the corner. It's not my fault because
Right.
I'm telling everyone what my risk is because risk tolerance will depend per trader. Somebody will tell you your risk tolerance should be 1% of your account. And I'm telling you, if you got $100 account and your risk tolerance is 1%, what is that? $1, if I'm not mistaken. And so if you enter the trade, you for sure on the point oh 0.01, just like we did on Bitcoin earlier, you gonna come into this bitch negative $1.40. You already gotta take your
Yeah.
loss. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if you do not give the market time to give you a direction and then you continually trade in that direction, then it's going to be hard for you to actually maximize the profits for a long period of time, even from a small account. Because from there, if I've built an empire from nothing, I'm building a Titanic. Shit, damn near like from nothing again because it's like I'm rebooting my entire system. We watching me start the engine. We watching the blades go whoosh, 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 whoosh. First it's like a slow mo, whoosh, whoosh. Boop, got a pebble in this bitch. Oop, still got an iceberg in this motherfucker over here. And then I get off the iceberg. I get the pebble out of there. I get my little screwdriver. Get that fucking rock out of the blade. Da, 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 da. They get the rock out the blade, and now we starting to move. Which I feel it. We starting to move. Bitcoin went to 500. We had what was it? GBP USD went to like 2 300 or 400, and then this one yesterday went to like I think I don't know what it got to, like maybe like 250 300, but that's still a couple $100 each time. But it's like we're way farther than where we started because it's like we understand what the dollar is doing. We sold this high, we sold this high, we've experienced this, we sold this. And right now we're getting manipulated on the daily chart, but the daily chart is still in line to sell off. So even if I so this the timing is this, even if this was wrong and I lock it here, we lock this in place, and I was to add another one for a short position, and I started from where the actual short started, it would look like this. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
So then it's like if I sold here originally and it comes down to here, and then I sold here again and it comes down to here, and that's why I like to hold my positions. The entries here and here don't get affected. But if we get manipulated and this is a lower high and this is a lower high and the downtrend is made up of lower lows and lower highs, and we get a low here that's equal to this one, but then we get a high that manipulates, but it's still in structure of the first high, the second high, and the third high. Two makes a trend, three is confirmation. It don't matter what this shit decides to do once two makes a trend, three is confirmation, and these time frames decide to line up. Because we got the monthly chart showing one big giant puzzle piece on what the market wants to do, right? We got the
Mm-hmm.
weekly chart showing the same thing, but with more candlesticks. We got the daily chart just now getting the same thing. And then where this retest is a perfect retest will be towards the bottom of the candle. It's manipulation when we retest the top of a lower high. But this is a minor lower high compared to this lower high right here, and compared to this lower high here, and compared to this lower high here, because these two already gave you the trend. This third one was a slam dunk because when this was like a market open Sunday going into the Monday from probably last week or the week prior, of this was just filling this gap, but it gave us a third lower high. So it's almost like this price action didn't exist, and it went like this. Because it's like I'm a visual learner, so it's like I'm looking at the angles of how the retests are coming and how many times it retests an area and what it's holding like.
That
If
trend line look good too.
Yeah, but then it's like you gotta also know the rules of the trend line. This trend line is good, but it's like unless people trade the same way over and over again, they're never gonna catch that trend lines get
I'm talking
broken
about the other
often.
one.
Oh, which one?
Like,
This one? Or
take it from the top of the We back we was still in that area. That downtrend from the top.
this. Oh, right here, one, two, three.
Yep.
Yeah. But trend lines get broken too, and that's why I
Yeah.
stopped drawing my trend lines this way, right? Catch this. Because it's sharpening my blade. If I know in 2024 I watched the dude go from 500 to a million in 30 days, and then a few months later this nigga is at $300 million, and I sit here and I ask God one night, because I'm a night owl, I say, you're not gonna show me nothing I can't do. But what makes his conviction like that? And there's other people in this world doing $1 million trades a day, a week, a month, often. My last one I did that was like that wasn't until what, like 2021, 2022. That Ethereum trade I was talking about, that
Mhm.
100,000 to the $2 million one. That's the last time I did that shit. I haven't had one since, but I've had a couple $100,000 ones. Just like this week, I feel like I'm building up to something that's kind of crazy. But then, like, the only thing that I'm waiting on and having is the patience, because all the blades are there. All the blades in the water are connected. We just got to get the rocks out of it. So if I know that I'm sharpening my edge and I know two makes a trend, three is confirmation, most traders are going to draw their trend line like this, and they're going to hope, like, in a downtrend, that it respects this trend line. The issue is that's not the trend line they got to pay attention to in a downtrend. It's going to be these ascending ones they need to pay attention to, unless they're expecting it to actually turn around. The only time you really see me have a lot of descending trend lines is if I think that market is going up, if that makes sense. So it
Mhm.
would be like it'd be like this, like Bitcoins. Do, 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 do. We've been going up, up, up and away, but it's like I'm rarely paying attention to the ascending ones because that's just telling me when the market is ready to fall. I want the descending ones because that's my entry. That makes sense. So then it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
my
yeah. I
entry into,
got you.
yeah. So it's like I don't look at it both ways. Once I know that's the direction a market wants to go, I need an entry, and that's why we entered Bitcoin today, because it's a perfect daily retest of we get an uptrend. It's made of higher highs and higher lows, and then we get
Mhm.
higher highs and higher lows. But people got to understand, when this market dives in an uptrend, it's not on accident. A specific time frame is needing a retest, and that retest is the entry. But it's not our job to tell the market when to fall. Now I will say that I can see when this high formed. I can see when this high formed. I could see when this bitch formed too. But by the time this bitch formed, I had already decided, I think probably over here the day before, that we got out of this and got into oil, right? I was feeling
Mhm.
like a smart bitch when we got out of Bitcoin, and I say the account, right? I'm like, yes, we did it. But same situation happened. Boom, get in oil, blow our shit. What's going on? But it's like, look at this. If this was here we go. Oh yeah, here it is. So you can see right when I'm looking at the account, if the market is an uptrend, descending, 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 all these are going to be my entry, and it goes all the way up to here. We get fucked up over here because now we decided to retest under this area. I'm not home. Well, I was home. I was asleep, and then it come down, and then it gives you a reason to buy, but it gave you a reason to buy off a descending wedge. But if I'm only buying, I'm not looking at ascendings like that, because how low can it go? It's like limbo. How low can you go? Some people
Mhm.
can't go that low. Some assets not gonna go that low because the same rules of uptrends and downtrends that Bitcoin has, that the dollar has. It's the exact same fucking rules that US 30 have, NASDAQ, and SPX. So now let's look at these niggas over here. Over here, you know me. This account challenge was started April the 1st, going into Easter. And since April, here it is. So why the fuck I'm getting chopped up to death? To death. Fighting for air. And the same thing that I'm applying to these other assets for everybody is the same thing that the indices are doing. So Bitcoin should be in the air. Silver should be in the air. Gold should be in the air. But we have to survive all of those wicks. We are required to have more patience, with those asset classes because these are just going straight up. But
Hmm.
oil is also one of those that will go straight up. So my thought process of picking oil over Bitcoin and getting out of Bitcoin to save the account to get into oil just for oil to go up a couple $100 and then blow the account when I'm sleeping, it was because oil runs the entire global economy. And I've seen it to where I kind of knew Bitcoin was going to do that. That's why I decided to get out of it because it's very weird. I send a message that it's me personally closing these trades, that, hey, that bitch gonna drop, and I don't think we gonna survive that drop because oil was set to go up, and it looked like this, just like higher highs and higher lows. But now we're looking at oil, we're looking at higher highs and higher lows. But when I send it out to the mentorship group, we looking at it over here, looking at buying it over here, or maybe it was over here. So we survived all of Tuesday. And then it was like the 4 hour chart decided to dive. We died over here, but I feel like it was just the stack. The stack was the issue, but it's learning from your mistakes every time, and that's what makes me a great trader. But that was also what makes me a great business owner because I learned from my mistakes in business. The way that I'm locked out of my Yahoo accounts right now, I'm not having that issue no more because I just last night and like the last few days I've been changing shit up. Like I made different email accounts, but I got them on different platforms, so I'm never gonna have an issue to where just Yahoo got my shit. Like I gotta bust into it like it's the fucking treasury. Like I'm not gonna have that issue no more. I got into my broker's accounts and told them what was going on with the email. So now it's like, okay, not only have I changed the email accounts on my broker accounts, I've did the authenticator app for the
Hmm.
secondary instead. So in case I change a phone number and forget a certain account, it's like me figuring out how I'm going to move along the journey, the path, and not let this happen to me no more. And you
Hmm.
have to learn from your mistakes. So me learning from my mistakes in business and in life is the exact same for me learning from my mistakes in the market, except the rules of an uptrend and the rules of a downtrend, they still don't change. That makes sense?
Yep.
Cool. So then if I know I'm still on higher highs and higher lows and the market gives me that, and I understand that trend lines get broken, zones don't necessarily get broken, and this is a descending wedge trend line. Yeah, it's on this one, but this trend line was here before I started not looking at descending wedge trend lines because that's not what you got to pay attention to when the market has decided that aside. It's this you got to pay attention to. This right here. Um, Where'd it go? Where's my little? Oh, here it is. It's this we got to pay attention to. Boop. It's the level of demand. So now we're trying to figure out it's in a level of demand, it's in a sum of your prices, but does it want to go here or does it want to come down to here? Or is it going to try to manipulate? Because it doesn't have to come down to here because technically this level already got tested here. You see that?
Hmm.
But then even this level getting retested here before we took off from this exact level, it still went under it below where it was supposed to because it manipulated. And really the manipulation came from retesting the first one that started it when it really should have retested this one. So then it's like we look at what was going on with us in the market and it should have held here. And that's why I was confident on, sleeping in the middle of the fucking day thinking I'm finna get some good ass sleep, and the market's like, ah, psych, bitch, you ain't going to sleep no more. I bet I won't go to sleep no more, motherfucking Asians. What is going on? What is going on? I literally woke up and said, "What is going on?" You should see my face when I woke up. I went to sleep like we up like 240. I mean, yeah, 240, 260. I wake up, that bitch is gone. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is going on? But then I'm like, my fuck it game is crazy. Like I told my friend today, he said he was having a bad day. He was overwhelmed, and I think that's where a lot of people are. And that's why I couldn't explain. I don't mind being the test dummy. I don't mind looking dumb as fuck in front of the world because it's like it's like a thin line between crazy and fucking genius. And I promise you, I'm on the genius side of it. So it's like, but that's what I'm trying to explain to that dude that I was dating. But I dropped that nigga like a bad habit because he don't understand it's a thin line between crazy and genius. He got a master's degree, but we ain't got no fucking money, and I'm funding everything. And he talk about I ain't got no master's degree. Okay, what? I'm like, give me my money. My motherfucker ain't got no master's degree money back then. Give me that shit back then, motherfucking master degree shit. Hey, my whole family got master degrees. That's what I'm saying. People don't understand because I don't say anything. But I got a master degree. I got a master that fucking money degree. And I've been mastering all these years because there ain't no way. I'm 30. I have not worked a job since I was 24. And it's not something that I just don't have to think about it because timing is the blessing. And not only is it timing, the rules don't change just because the time is not right now. It's almost like grade school. You know, people be in the same grade, but some people was in an advanced part of the grade. Like seventh graders, I was always in advanced AP classes. You know, I'm talking about taking dual college classes as well, thinking I'm finna go to college because I had a plan for my life. But at the same time, you know, I didn't know I was finna go through all that shit in high school, having to work fucking two jobs, having to eventually take care of my sisters when I get out of school, graduated early, getting an apartment. I walked across the stage and moved into my fucking apartment at 18 years old. I was done with it. But it's just like along the way we have a plan, but then what happens if that plan don't work out? You just gonna sit there and sulk and cry. That's cool to do for a little bit, but at the same time, eventually when you get older, nobody give a fuck, you know? So it's like if I know that descending wedges give me a reason to buy, and then I know on these higher time frames, like on the weekly chart and daily chart and 4 hour chart and monthly chart, that I'm looking for a higher high retest in an uptrend to get my entry, and I'm getting is that a descending wedge in an uptrend? Let me keep track of that. Da, 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 da. But in a downtrend, I'm keeping track of these ascending wedges because I need to get ready for the market to go, my way because that's
Mhm.
the signal. Oh, I'm just be tying shit together so well, bro. That's the signal. That's why I last night. I don't know. Like I'm working. I got YouTube up. I got the email marketing up. I got the SMS up. The website almost up. There's a new course on the website. It's like a perfect harmony. The same smile on my face when I saw the judge had that blue healer. It's the same smile on my face. I'm having a good ass day because I know it's almost time. It's
Mhm.
almost time.
Mhm.
And I look like a crazy person, but there's a very thin line between crazy and genius, and the only difference is because of the results. I'm so glad I'm so active now about the results and screenshotting and screen recording and showing my back office. But want to say that my back office being shown is why I'm locked out all my shit right now. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe that could be it. Who knows? But ain't shit to get in there. I can't get in that bitch. They for sure can't get in that bitch. What is it? Somebody text me. Oh, no, we good. I ain't got my friend. I got my text me. It started
It's
me 'cause
so
my phone was on
fucking
my foot. What the fuck was that noise? But it's like if I know the dollar's coming down, I'm not looking for no reason to buy. I don't care about the buys. And everybody could have been like, she said the dollar was gonna sell, and that shit went up, and she said it was gonna sell over here on Monday. All right, my bad, guys. Let me say out loud now, hey guys, because people want to use shit against you. But it's like you can't use if I tell myself, I'm telling myself so that we can learn, so we can learn together. Because I'm gonna learn from that bitch regardless. People don't understand the aspect and the characteristics of me being a parentified child. Is I'm very highly independent, I would say, because it's gonna happen no matter what for me. It's gonna happen no matter what. So most of the time, it's a matter of me learning how to work with individuals, not if something's gonna get done, but how am I going to do it with them as well? And it's like I really have to use discernment and figure out where to place people in my life because that is what I didn't know growing up. Because I would say I wanted to be real close to my mom and like my family, but like the happy family, the barbecues and shit like that, that's just not that wasn't my how you say, it just wasn't my world, if that makes sense. And for a while I used to be kind of jealous of people that had that. And holidays and shit like that. Perfect mom, dad, family, single parent, whatever. But getting to see cousins and shit like that, that just wasn't my reality. But then it's like my reality now is not anything that I thought it would have been, because at first, bro, I thought I was gonna be a neurosurgeon. And then I realized I'm squeamish, but I wanted to be a neurosurgeon because I was watching Grey's Anatomy a lot as a kid. So then I found out I'm squeamish. Oh, that shit not gonna work. So then I'm thinking I'm finna go into the Marines. I don't know. I don't know. I think people be used to people catfishing and shit. So they be thinking, oh, she don't really look good in person. No, bitch, I look amazing in person. I always have. Sometimes I'm just a little bigger than usual, but no, I look great right now. So I'm trying to be a Marine going out of high school. Either way, I'm trying to get the fuck away from my family. But then I don't become a Marine because I done fucked my recruiter. So, so thank God I'm not a Marine because what the fuck I'm gonna be doing over there in these other countries? It's just not my personality trait. But then it's like, okay, let me just serve tables until something falls into my lap. And it's not even something falls into my lap. I really remember me and this guy named Michael, us sitting here like in like the catering to go area, and we talking about it's like midday, and we're talking about what we would do if we just had a bunch of money. Because we servers, like, man, if I had a bunch of money, I would literally just pay my rent up for the year and then just stack. That's what we're talking about. But then we thinking we gonna hit it big in like the casinos, like the slot machines. I'm from Shreveport,
Yeah, yeah,
Louisiana. They
yeah,
got the
yeah, yeah.
boats. My family, they great at the boats, but they got gambling problems, right? I was never good at the boats. It's the crazy part. And then I got way more control over the market than I do like the boats, like the casinos. And there was one time, we had Papado, but this was shortly after I get fired from Papado, cause me and Justin boxing in the fucking dining room on Christmas. Of course, I deserved to get fired. They gave me so many chances. I just did so much. I did so much. I deserve to get fired. I totally understand. Like it's been years of me doing so much. But that was the part of my life that kept me around for so long, and I just did so much, and I deserved it. So I get fired. I ain't got shit to my name, not invested, spent all my money on weed and alcohol and hanging out with people. So then it's time. It's fucking Christmas. So 6 days later, it's almost the first of the year. I'm coming out of 2016, going into 2017, finna get fucking evicted because I don't have no money. I got $100 to my fucking name. I didn't even start trading early 2017. I started trading closer to 2018 that November. But that January, I drive my ass. I'm in Texas at the time. I drive my ass to Louisiana. My way of thinking is my family do good at casinos, so let me go down to fucking Shreveport, Louisiana. I know I don't have enough for gas for real, like $40. I don't have $40 to go 20 here, 20 back. It's only 4 hours away. I don't have
Yeah.
enough gas for that. So I get down there eventually. I got $100 to risk. I think we only had like $150, but I gotta make it back to Texas. I get to this casino. I blow my $100 in a fucking hour. Now we don't have shit. We don't have nothing because that hundred I'm thinking on the boat gonna turn into like 2,000 or something because
Yeah.
I see my family do it. But that's what I'm talking about. But it wasn't meant for me to be good at gambling in that
Right.
aspect because if I was, I probably wouldn't have seen this more in depth. And that's why it's like you gotta tie all your problems
Same.
together of it's happening for you and not to you because I'm locked out of my accounts, but it's forcing me to change the way that I go about things. And that's why I mean, some people they be crying through their trials and tribulations. I understand because I used to as well. But now I just know it's a matter of redirection. It's a matter of redirection because it's something that I'm not thinking about. And that's what happens when people say God knows the true plan of I'm gonna stop trying to figure this shit out. And that's what I have in the aspect of the dude that I'm dating. I mean, was because it's just like I'm thinking, but I'm thinking I always say I'm gonna be with these niggas forever for the rest of my life because I got attachment issues. And that's fine. But I've lived, there's so many parts of me that everyone's just not meeting. And then I start talking about trading and showing the results. And then that's the part they're just like, what the fuck is going on? Yes, I cannot believe I'm where I am, and I cannot believe the results that I have because it's so crazy because of where I started. But the
Right.
only difference is my mindset. I never had to like figure out a mindset in the market. I already had that mindset of no matter what because my mama taking me to stalk her boyfriend when I'm 6 years old, but it took me until I'm 8 year old to realize something was off. Because who raised a child? Like, okay, we all okay, nigga be cheating. Yeah, so I ain't gonna act like I've never pulled up on somebody because I did. Remember last year when I was feeding fucking Coyote a fucking Whopper, but caught that nigga cheating at his mama house? I done it before, but I don't take my kid with me to do that crazy ass shit. And then it's like it's just the behavior, the habits and stuff like that. So I don't know. It's just it always makes me make a different decision, but even in the market, it makes me make a different decision. So now I take the clapping that we got last night because I ain't saying nothing in the groups. I just continue with the clap session. I was just like, well, continue. I ain't even saying nothing because I'm not gonna always address, all right, guys, because Elon Musk not, Amazon not, Walmart not, Target not. They not finna be like, hey guys, rocket and fell out the fucking sky again. But we got it. I'm just for the next up. I'm tired of announcing my fucking failures because I'm trying to do it to help people. But now,
Right.
like when I think of a level of supply and demand, I used to think in a like it's like my thought process changed. I used to think supply and demand is tops and bottoms, and then the smaller candles is going to show you exhaustion. When think about this, it's the opposite fucking way. It's the opposite way. Look at this candle right here. Look at this candle. It's your big candles that show you exhaustion. They impulse into a level of supply. They impulse into a level of demand, just like it did here, just like it did
Hmm.
here, just like it did here, because the demand has to come from your higher time frames. And you gotta be able, it's like to me, my brain, the higher time frames versus the lower time frames is a matter of salt and pepper. When you think salt, you automatically gonna think pepper. And when you mix salt and pepper together, like put it on a plate, and you try to separate them individually by grains, that shit sounds like an impossible task to me because I'm always gonna have salt and pepper. And if I run out of pepper in the cabinet, I quite literally have to either get it DoorDashed here or I have to go get it because now I just got salt and the pepper is there to balance it. And that's exactly how the time frames work together, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Yes, yes. So it's like it's just you gotta change the way that you think. So just like I was saying that about the exhaustion candles in the market, you know how we were just saying the buying flags versus the selling flags in a
Uh-huh.
downtrend. I'm really looking at the ascending ones for 'cause I need an entry, and then in the uptrend, I'm looking at the descending ones because I need an entry, but I need the true main bias. It's going to be the same thing. My thought process has just changed. My mindset has changed because with him, the dude that did the 300 million, I am like, it's almost like you know how people be going to get Chris Brown meet and greet tickets and shit. I feel like I'm at a meet and greet with a. He just made so much money, it doesn't make any sense because it's like the results is one thing, but I was able to replicate the results from a $200 account to $100,000 account, and I did it twice a year after I met him, and I met him in 2024. So now we're in 2026. People don't understand that this is a journey. I just be looking up like, oh wow, it's been 2 years later. I wonder how that guy's doing. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
Because things don't happen overnight, but it comes back to the same aspect of what we were just saying earlier when we were talking, which is the scale, the scale for weight loss. When I'm trying to lose weight, I weighed myself today, which is what had me thinking it. And you know, I'm I'm losing weight, but it's like I also like being over 200 pounds because I mean I'm thick. It's not. It's I'm not trying to like be just very skinny. Like I got parts I like, but it's the same thing. If the scale is not what matters, it's the structure of me that matters. If that makes sense, because at my highest, I was like 260. I didn't look 260 though. But when I had a personal trainer back in what 2021 and then again in like 2023, my
Hmm.
lowest weight at that time was like 230. And for the life of me, I couldn't lose weight to save my life. And I showed up to all my appointments with them, sessions with them every single week. I think I was doing like 3 to 5 days a week. It was probably closer to
Hmm.
3, but it doesn't help if they don't know. I take my ass at home because I'm so exhausted from working out with them and I'm so hungry and I order 2 meals like off DoorDash. So I'm ordering 2 fast food meals because my fat ass, I'm so hungry to where I cannot wait for them to fix the food being better to bring me a new meal when I could just order 2 different things. And if I don't like it, I'm going to eat it. But what do you think happens when I like both of them? I'm going to eat both of them.
There you go.
so So I'm paying this personal trainer an extra $500 a month to help me lose weight. And every time she weigh me, she don't understand why I'm gaining weight. And my dumb ass at the time don't understand how calories work because I'm not eating that much. Think about it. I'm eating fast food, but I'm not eating that much. So I used to eat way more, but the calories in fast food, it's like now I understand that this is like you order fast food, it's guaranteed 1,000 to 1,300 calories for a meal. Some people's calories is like 2,000 a day, and then it's like they drinking. Fuck, what is this? Look at this Red Bull. This Red Bull by itself is 110 calories. I done have three of these hoes for sure. Like what the fuck? I'm gonna crack this one open right now. It's just a change in mindset, and that's why the market is made of buys and sells. But what buy and what sell and what pair and how long and why, we don't know when, but everything else we can figure out. And even how, I don't know when and I don't know how, because like back in the day when I was a newer trader, I was already good at the point of technical analysis and being able to enter into my bias the direction it would go. But I wasn't skilled in holding as long as I am now. Everything's a work in progress. And even right now, we're in a work in progress. Oh, you got somewhere to be? My bad. I know the session's over, but I'm about to say, I don't know. I feel like this be like the best session of the week. So I
Bro,
really be
I
doing a
be
long form
chilling,
conversation.
man.
Okay, cool, cool,
I
cool,
be
good.
chilling because
My
I'm
bad.
sitting here looking at the chart like, boy,
Yeah, bro. I feel like it's
like,
like a symphony that I'd be like, okay, guys, because even I like to watch my videos. Like I just be so like, damn, like that shit, man, I'm cooking, because I'm really fucking cooking. And then it's like people are trying to change my mindset on things now because they see me in a losing season. And I'm just like, you just don't understand what it's like to turn a few hundred into 100,000. Not once, not twice, twice last year, but a few times over the last 9 years. And then I done taught a few people how to do the same thing. So it's just like if they don't have that experience to feel that feeling that I'm feeling, the same feeling I got, like you know how people go and have court problems and traffic tickets and
yeah.
gotta go deal with judges on some shit they probably didn't do. I did it, but there's favor on my life. You mean to tell me you gotta have anything you like the blue heelers too? Now my blue heeler was evil. That bitch was attacking my dog, my other dog all the time. Like she, bro, we lived in this apartment complex when I was a kid. I used to be so scared when that dog got out because my mama one time she was crazy, bro. She going to work in the morning, like 6 o'clock in the morning. Shit, the dog run past her fucking like between her legs. Bro, this dog bite dogs. Like I'm scared as a child because my mom, she's like, blah, blah, blah. And then back then that day, I'm like fucking, don't let her out. And she like, what? Swoop! Oh my God, damn. So I'm chasing this, and my mama, she didn't believe in living on the first floor and nothing like that. I chased this dog down 3 flights of fucking stairs through the courtyard, and then I see a lady with her dog, and bro, I already know what time it is. This dog, the type of dog we live with on site every fucking day, on site every day. Bro, I got nerve damage in my hands from them dog attacks. That's why, but that's the experience gonna give you a different situation. So that day, I'm a kid, bro. I'm like, bro, I be like in middle school. I said, pick up your dog. Pick up your dog. Huh? Hell no, no. It's my mama fault for letting this vicious ass dog out. It's her fault for keeping this vicious ass dog. But the dog was so vicious that it played a part in my journey up until last year. That judge could have had anything, but if I'm not looking at the signs, just like the people not looking at the signs in this market, they gonna miss the point. Because if I miss that sign, my dumb ass would have pled down. And God's sitting here telling me not in the courthouse, don't plead this shit down because that nigga absolutely deserved to get smacked with a pistol that day. He absolutely deserves to get one because I told you to get off of me. And I've been one of them people. Like I said, I've been a fighter. Don't make me do it. But people see me now and they don't know who I was back then. They never saw the journey and they don't hear the story until now. But now I'm so mature. I'm mature enough to tell the story without, like I said, I'm a professional turn this bitch upper. I don't have to turn this bitch up because I know people are gonna say some stupid ass shit. Just like JT said some stupid ass shit. Oh, you do just like your mama. I'm saying you broke just like the rest of your motherfucking family. Because I know goddamn well we not finna throw that one. I'm finna show you just like my fucking mama, bro. But it's the same situation. Oh, I get somebody to play and 7K go to $300,000. Bro, 700 go into $300,000, but it's not even the first fucking time something. I mean, 7,000 go into $300,000, but that whole run from what was it? It was November of 2020. I put that 700 in the account. My first trade from that is 700 to 30,000 because that's in a coin called ANKR. But I
Mhm.
don't know much about like investing in crypto. That was my first year investing in crypto like that. But then I forget. I forget about the trade, but the only way to forget about the trade and forget about where you got some money placed is to already have money elsewhere. You know what I'm talking about? And that's
Yeah,
why, you know how I said in 2016, my first like share of stock that I ever invested in was Tesla, but I didn't have that share of Tesla like to hold because I eventually pulled that money because I needed that money. That's
yeah.
the difference. That is going to be the difference. And that's why people got to start with a small account and they going to have to learn how to hold these holes long time because that's the only chance they got. And they have to learn how to do it with me in this account flip because by the time I actually release the signals, it's going to be when all the systems of the Titanic, the ship up and running. And now they're going to be trying to hop on that bitch. Bitch going, oh, whoa, whoa.
They've been to miss some. They better
Yeah,
pay
they gonna
attention.
miss it. They missing the process because they don't want to go through the process, and that's why it's like I met Mr. Page and PJ. I done met a lot of traders in real life, like, and it's like I'm home now a lot. I used to be out there for real. I used to travel for real. I used to network and meet people, but people not what they say they are because being themselves on the internet, I guess, is scary. I never gave a fuck. I'm a professional. Turn this bitch upward. You gotta be able to either be doing better than me, or to be able to argue better than me, or you gotta be able to fight better than me. Cause I'm gonna do all three well. I'm not playing no games, and you gotta outsmart me at the end of the day. So it's just like if I understand there's a better way to things, I'm gonna always do that better way. But then it's like, just take my grandma, right? When I was a kid, she used to bro, I used to watch her clean and cook. And you know how them old school grannies be. They be like I don't know, she's like a genie, like she used to do
Wiping the
have a
baseboard
whole
and
meal and then the whole kitchen clean.
yeah, yeah, they
I
doing a
just
lot.
started learning how to do that shit up until, bro, I remember last year, I'm cooking like pork steak, rice and gravy, smothered potatoes on some occasions, collard greens, but the kitchen a disaster. I use every pot. Everything is filthy. All the sinks got some shit on there. Gravy stuck on this bitch. Gravy stuck on the stove. Right? Well, how am I? And I'm thinking, I was watching this last night thinking that. But the kitchen looked better now than it did back then because now I know how to. It's like how to move flawlessly in the market. It's almost like a dual language on being flawless because people that speak two languages sometimes they start with two languages in the household, so they don't just teach Spanish first, they give them both so they mind get ready for both, if that makes sense, so it's
Right.
easy for them to be fluent in that language. My grandma, she used to be a cafeteria worker. She was fluent in how to make a meal and clean up and make it like, and it only take an hour to cook, so within an hour she done made a whole meal. She had 7 kids. They all got hella fucking grandkids. I mean, hella kids themselves. One of them got 7. My mama got 3. She got the least. Somebody else got 3 to 4, and then all their kids got 3 to 4. She didn't learn how to cook for all these people because she knew how to cook for the school. She knew how to clean up for the school, and that's way more than our one household by itself. So
Right.
it's about how to move fluent in life, in the market, in business, and in ministry because they all go hand in hand. Because at the end of the day, my work ethic is one thing, but then the favor is there. But if I'm not spiritually connected, I'm not. They're not gonna see it. They're not gonna see that. I'm not gonna see the favor. Fuck if they see it, because some people don't see it. They don't see it because they don't know. But they didn't know either that the 300K was coming when I'm saying, hey, I'm investing 10K in this, and then they say, oh, them gas fees is high. All right, well, I'm investing 10K in this, and then it brought my balance to 7,000. So I'm just letting y'all know this is what I'm doing because I've always been good at like articulating myself on what I'm investing in and why. But also I'm good at doing my own research. And I naturally
Mm.
will go research, and that's how I find things out. But it's like but research is a matter of asking the right questions. So it's like unless you get fluent in asking yourself the right questions, it's really gonna be hard to ask someone else the right questions. And ask say AI the right questions. I don't know if you saw that session I did with, I think it was Will, when I was asking him why did he enter, or why did he have a specific lot size? Because now it's like I'm getting you guys to think about, why am I really doing it? Because it's
Mm.
deeper than just the lot sizes. It's deeper than just the pair. It's deeper than London session, US session, and Asian session. It is why you're going to continue to go and push past this a hard path is going to be what gets you going. And my thought process is, if I know that if I didn't overcome something, if I didn't overcome it, my daughter would have to fight the battle. And I know that I don't know, there's still some things that I could work on personally, of course. There's always room to grow, but it's like I know how fucked up I became because of the situation with my elders. So leaving that fight for my daughter to me seems like the fucking curse, because they left me with it. You know what I'm talking about? So it's like a matter of, I don't want her to go through it. And then it's like, I'm thinking about all this today, but I'm great at thinking. I'm great at processing things because I have to watch my thoughts, because my mom was an undiagnosed schizophrenic for a long time. So I spent a lot of time watching my thoughts, but then I watch my thoughts and I'll ask myself a question, and then I record it because I want to make sure nothing's wrong. But that's because that's my experience. But then someone else's experience, like they're experiencing losses in the market right now with me, like, bitches, I'm a multimillionaire, and I'm 9 years into the journey, and I done shown the world some crazy ass shit, and I'm just now telling y'all everything else. Like, people don't know that I was waiting on the quarterbacks for fucking the Carolina Panthers. I didn't wait on LeBron James family, bro. I didn't wait on the Redskins, bro. People be talking shit. People be talking shit in real life too. I waited up, bro. I forgot about this story. I'm a head weight that night, and that's what I'm saying.
I was say, I'm gonna tell you now, my iPad on fire. I
Oh,
don't
you
want to.
good?
That why you were mid talking.
You good? You need to get off of it, or you want to get your charger?
Uh, let's see. It's 6:30.
Well, I'll probably go for
Shit,
like
we
another
can.
30s max.
I think I'm about to. You said what?
I was gonna say, I'm about to say I had 30 minutes, if you wanted to, or either way.
Shit, I'll just take it in, cause yeah, I'll just take it in. Cause I'm. Is it still light outside?
Yeah, yeah, I got my blinds open right now. I don't
You
think
think
it'll
I?
get
You think
dark
I
until
got?
like
You think
12.
I got probably like about an hour to go fish?
Oh,
Just by looking from my side.
if you're gonna go fish, I would go right now because,
Cause it like see like cause I can walk. I'm walking,
oh, you
so I
live
can
like
go.
right
It's like
there.
600. It's like 600 feet.
Oh yeah, I think, let's wrap it up in 15 minutes.
Yeah, come on.
You got 15? Yeah, yeah,
Hey, I got more
yeah.
than
Okay, yeah. Come
15.
on, say, because it do get
Hold on. Well
dark at
then,
like 7:38.
hold
So I'm
on.
gonna say, yeah, for sure.
Let me go grab my charger. Huh?
Okay, bet.
Mm. Oh yeah, I got plenty of time. It's daylight.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it's all it's like it's so crazy. It's like I'm just not realizing it's not just the technicals and fundamentals I'm trying to teach. I knew it was mindset, but I'm really changing everybody's perception of reality, because it really is like the Matrix. It's like the spoon. the your if you look at a spoon, your image is what's bending, is not necessarily the spoon. So the spoon is you as a person, it's me as a person. It's not us that bends. My reality, like when I was dealing with all this situation of chaos with my mom and my exes, I was having a lot of cops and stuff, right? But then once I move to higher ground, my perception is different. So now it's like the world is bending to me because every day is a good day. Regardless of losses in the market, every day is a good day. But it's like
Right.
we're way past the point of figuring out, can I do it? It's not that question anymore. They're asking themselves the wrong question. And the right question they need to ask is not, can I do it? Because it's done. It's done multiple times. It's, can I do it with a group of people following me? And that was really what my test was. Everyone else's test is learning, trading, learning how to get free, learning how to master self. But for the last year of my processor going down, I'm not only mastering self within, because I don't know what people think being free is, but I just live a regular life. You know what I'm talking about? So it's
Mm.
not just partying and stuff like that. I did a lot of my partying through my 20s, a lot of drinking in my 20s, a lot of friendship stuff in my 20s. But now it's like in the 30s. But not only in my 20s of that, I built a multi-million dollar business in my 20s. I started it when I started. I didn't even know it was gonna happen like that. Like I started it and started trading when I was like 21, and then I got free going into what, 23, 24, and it's just like
Mm.
I never thought any of that would have happened, but it's just like my perception on reality has changed. When really Aubrey's dad, we started IML together. We were sharing the account. Why is his perception of reality the same as it was back in 2018, where when we had when we were together? We broke up 2018. Aubrey was like 6 months old. She was born in 2019. I'm sorry, 2017, that October. So then 2018, going into it, right before I get that book Naked Forex, that January, that February, me and him are done. So, but we still got the same kid. We still lived in the same city. We still worked at the same job. Why is he asking his parents for $12 and then I'm running a multi-million dollar company, don't work, and look, he left me with the kid full time. Don't give a fuck. I'm not no bitter baby mama. Ain't shit changed about my life. I've been free since you left, bitch.
Right.
What changed? The only thing that changed was me. I changed. I worked out. I went and got the knowledge. I went and never quit no matter what. I went and found out in a downtrend I need to pay attention to my ascending flags. I went and did the deeper dive work to find out why only buy or this pair, why only sell this pair. I went and did the deeper work on, okay, well, if you're gonna only go one way, why? Why? Your why is what's gonna keep you going, because that's what keeps me going. You want? I was trying shit. I already told people I was trying to get off this earth a couple fucking times, and when I was in high school, my childhood was terrible. I was ready to go, but then it's like my why now is there was like a bigger solution, if that makes sense, to the world. But the God know my heart, it's not, I'm not like a this is for the world person, this is for my daughter. So I'm thinking, I'm telling you, look good, I can get around. I'm telling you, I thought I couldn't have kids back when in my 20s. I was going crazy. But the favor on my life was the person I had a kid with when I eventually had one. And they've been together, Justin's parents, for 30 years. They're stable. They're very stable parents, very Christian household. And he's not the only kid. He's just the one that is the example of, if you don't make the right decisions in life, shit not gonna work out, because you got one daughter that married to a high paid attorney. You got another daughter that married into the family as well. And then her, the guy she's with, her husband, is working at Fidelity. And then you got another daughter. They live in the country out in Oklahoma. Yeah, a big giant house, but they're regular. They're like teachers and stuff like that. And then you
Mm.
got shit me, the business owner. You got a brother that started a business owner. He's a roofing company. And then I trade, but then it all goes back to the favor in your life and the timing. The timing in the market is, if I'm trying to sell, I'm trying to give me a reason to enter the sale. I need to worry about ascending wedges. And if it's a buy for an uptrend, give me a reason to buy. I need to worry about the descending wedges. Damn! And this I'm talking about. Fucking silver. Shit pissed me off. There's the pain of fear and the pain of regret. I'm not scared of shit, and I'm not scared of holding, because you can tell when the last time I touched something, and it was like down here. The last time I touched something was over here. This was May fucking 5th. I'm over here worried about motherfucking Taco Tuesday. God, I'm Silver said, I'll show you on Taco Tuesday. They're like Rasputin. I saw a bitch trying to go down the slide. Yeah,
Hey, they
this
said,
dumbass shit. That's what I'm
they must
talking
say
about.
everybody drunk. It's Cinco de Mayo. Let's
That's
turn it
when
up.
and that's a yes. That's exactly what it is. They hide it. The news, they hide it in the news. I teach technicals. I teach you to be consistent. I teach you no matter what because everything in the world is meant to fucking distract you. And that brings me back to why I'm locked out of Instagram and I don't give a fuck. Because God no, I wasn't on social media for like a good part of this year. I really just got back like 30 days ago, right? Because I had all this
Hmm.
shit going on my mind. So then I get back on and I can find myself like, oh, real. I will fucking scroll too. I'm regular. I scroll too. I look up, it's been 7 motherfucking hours. But it's like when okay, people see me, they see the reels and stuff like that, but those reels is really coming from my automations and stuff because like I'm getting fluent in how to work as a business owner and fluent how to work as like a trader and self. So it's like I know I need say 4,000 pieces of content each year for like minimum, right? Just to get
Hmm.
the word out. Because if I'm the best in the world and I know I'm the best in the world, that doesn't matter if nobody knows me. So I still gotta be able to show that representation. But it's easy for me to get stuck in the mud puddle, crabs in the barrel of I'm back on Instagram. Let's get into a dispute like I did back in the day with Mr. Payton and PJs. He was right
Hmm.
in that aspect, but I'm way bigger than what I was back then. I'm not even in the same realm. So I'm in this pond on IG and on Facebook, and I'm feeling like I'm the biggest fish in the pond. But what? If I'm the biggest fish in the pond, I gotta get the fuck out the pond, right? So if I don't physically remove myself out the pond, just like when someone asks, why did I start back teaching, or why did I teach in general after I made my first million? Because I made it first. It's not even me making that decision. Sometimes it's like I feel like I'm going to suffocate if I don't do a certain thing on a certain time, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
It's spiritual. So it's like I have to understand that people they have work to do and they may not understand that, but until they get their work done, I can only explain my experience. And if I know I can experience getting stuck in the loop and look up and it's been 7 hours, and my ass been on fucking IG and Facebook just looking at shit the whole time instead of being the person in the world that people need to look at, knowing what value I bring, the time is gonna pass no matter what. Whether you work out or not, the day is going to be over in 24 hours. Whether you look at the markets or not and hold these trades or not, the day is going to be over in 24 hours. But it's like, when was the last time I actually looked at fucking silver? Cinco de Mayo. Because this was the setup right here. But I'm identifying a descending wedge. I'm identifying a descending wedge. I identified the ascending wedge until, guess what? The market starts incoming into a level of previous, what's it called? Demand. But then it's like, what demand was that? In order to look at the bird's eye view, we're on the 4 hour chart. If it doesn't make sense on that time frame, I move it up a time frame. What was it? This level and this level is here. It scoops under it for Cinco de Mayo, starts the session with a wick, and then takes up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. But for 7 days it go up, and for 5 days I'm in fucking Bitcoin or Pepe, and then the shit on the 6th day we're like, okay, fuck you niggas. A lot of people would get discouraged. And I get it, I get discouraged, but I'm discouraged for a different reason. I'm discouraged because I'm tired of looking fucking stupid, knowing I know what I'm doing. But then it's like it's pride, it's ego. So it's like it's my spiritual alignment, even in that aspect of I'm okay with losses in real life and I'm okay with losses in the market. I'm not okay with looking like a dumbass bitch. That is the only thing that's going on. So then it's just like I only have to fix that, and then that's the well-oiled machine. That's the Titanic. That's gonna be us getting these accounts flipped, and it looks good. Dollar looks good. Oil, I mean, sorry, silver and gold already telling you what it want to do. NDC's already telling you what it want to do. We got GBP USD right here. It didn't came down, right? But we buying GBP USD. Look at how far that shit didn't came down. Remember we was in that shit last week, actually. Yeah, I think it was. We was over here. La 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 la, mind our business. Boom, clap that ass. Clap, 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 clap. I'm like, wow, that's so crazy. What is going on? Lesson learned. That hundred's going, guys. That hundred's going, but at least it's not $100,000 gone because the process is people don't understand when the accounts build, you only build it one time. But then I remember when I made like shit, I remember making my first ever 100,000. You know what it's like to only have 100,000 to your name, and then I'm in the trade Euro JPY. Notice you ain't never seen me trade Euro JPY. Not since no
Hmm.
2019. Not since no 2000. Because it took half my fucking account. I was not a swing trader back then. I'm an intraday trader. This bitch
Hmm.
take half my account and I'm in drawdown going crazy. Like they didn't even take half. I'm just in drawdown for days. So for the first day it's like 50,000 negative. And then for 3 days I'm up. I'm stressed. I'm waiting for the market to do what it's supposed to do. And I finally take the loss at $20,000. But then
Hmm.
if I would have held it longer, the market fully recovered itself from Euro JPY. But I took the loss because I was scared, but it was also the wrong entry. But not only was it the wrong entry, that lot size was too much for me to handle
Right.
because that was that, I didn't have that much money. So I'm literally emotionally connected to this trade and I don't want to let it go. But can I afford to lose the entire 100,000? No, I cannot afford that shit. So now it's just like the lesson and the losses of I entered well here. We did good here. Bye, 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 bye. And then we get smoked here. That don't make no sense, guys. I don't know. We got smoked. Well, next setup. Okay, let's go into Bitcoin. But while we're in Bitcoin, this market still sets up. But it sets up on this is a lower, sorry, yeah, a lower high. But it's like I'm still thinking we enter down here. This high is gonna hold. So I'm like, whatever, no problem. But then it goes all the way up, gives you another high, but this high closes within this initial high. It's just what you asking, like asking the right questions, paying attention to the right stuff. So it's like we got this high, it failed here, manipulates one more time, pushes to this level. What is this? That's not even a quarter point. Pushes to this high, a triple top, and then tank. But now we're looking at the tank. The 1 hour chart, the tank looks chaotic. So let me bring it up into the daily chart. When you move it into the daily chart, it don't look as chaotic anymore because now you're looking at fractals. So then let's erase it like this. Remove all this. And if I was to execute with just current price, it would look like, let me see, this zone here of this high was previous supply because on these lower time frames over here, we sold off here. But then it's like if we were to extend this zone, drag it all the way across, it acted as supply right here, here, here until it didn't. Now it's demand, right? So now we fast
Right.
forward into the future. Oh, now we got demand again. Oops, wrong one. We'll remove that. Need the circle. We got demand again. But then in the uptrend, we're looking at a reason to buy. We need descending, descending, descending in an uptrend. We go back to the higher time frames because we need a bird's eye view on what's going on. We still got a descending wedge here. And remember, I was in real estate in 2022. I had experienced I had already experienced this over here, but I wasn't paying attention to the angles of the wedges. But I knew who was getting ready to buy, and I sold it that Sunday going into Monday. I was a part of this price action. So I'm telling people my experience as a trader of I'm a part of this price action. I think I take like a $40 account into like $1,000 because this wick it was crazy. It was a crazy dive. This was Asian session. If it just going crazy like do 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 do. And then Monday open, it recovers and then starts breaking structure, but then it's like on the higher time frames, that's a reason for a buy. Reason for a buy, higher time frame. Reason for a buy, higher time frame. But all the time frames line up as one big puzzle piece. So you get to the lower time frames, it's time to execute. But it's like you got to understand what's your reason to buy, what's your reason to sell. A reason to buy here. I had a reason to buy over here. It went up. We got smoked on the well, daily chart or 4 hour chart, one of these. But it's a top, and then I didn't see the bottom. I don't know what I don't know. I do not know it's going to try this area one more time, but I see this level of a low here and a low here and a low here. So impulse retest trade, right? Impulse to the upside, retest to the downside, takeoff. Impulse to the upside, retest to the downside. First leg, second leg, third leg, fourth leg, W, takeoff. We come here, we enter like over here. I'm thinking we survive that shit, clap our ass. Don't give a fuck. And go up again. I'm thinking it's gonna hold, but then it come down again. No problem. Okay, so what am I missing? What am I missing? I'm missing the dollar manipulating on the fucking monthly chart. The dollar is manipulating on the monthly chart. But then you look at the monthly chart, still impulse to the downside for a descending wedge, pop off. But look at this close on this monthly candle. That's a bullish engulfing, right? That's a breaking
Hmm.
structure on this level. And so when I look at retest can be I would say 50 to 90% to 100%. So I always expect a 50% retest for the most part. I'd be thoroughly surprised when we get a 90 to 100% retest. Maybe 2 minutes. And then go down into the daily chart. So this looks like a conflicted buy here, but if it gets confusing, you literally have to go down a time frame just for the picture to make sense. And the picture is this: it's a higher time frame setup of a takeoff.
Ooh.
You see that? Yes, bro. That's what I was like. I don't know. People gonna be defeated. They gonna quit trading. I'm gonna clap 100,000. They gonna come back, and I'm not going back. I'm like, nah, because I was trying to figure out a way to save everybody, and I was thinking the signals was gonna be like 175 again, or I was trying to do 150 to help people, but it's really not that. My timing is not to go down. It's to provide more value so that they can grow up and then charge prices because my actual clientele is like me. They're already growing or have that wanting to grow. So they're going to by themselves get into the higher price packages just like they always have because I have the experience. But then I can also connect it to make it easier for you to get it out the mud. Or if you're or in business, it don't matter if you're getting out the mud. I'm already a fucking multimillionaire. I've gone into real estate. I've developed houses. I've done the residential shit. I've done trying to do e-commerce. That costs a lot of money getting into real estate. I'm putting 25 G's down per house at the same time remodeling out of pocket at the same time lent this nigga 25 G's. But then it's like my experience is I'm trying to be there for everybody. I'm saving them. If anything, I need something. If I give you 25 G's, you 50 G's, you 100 G's, I bought your baby something. Okay, you can't buy my baby nothing. Boom, gone. You can't give me 25 G's, boom, gone. Never happen again. 50 G's, boom, gone. Can't happen again because I'm going to pay that. I'm going to invest that in self because my mindset is there. I have that growth
Right.
mindset. So now it's a matter of you didn't enter here and what we say about demand, impulse into a level of demand, the level that they're impulsing to is actually on the daily time frame. And it's this low versus this low. You see how they did that? It's this low. Boom. Oops. There you go. They played me. They're like, don't show them that shit. No, I'm finna fucking show them. But that's how I feel. I feel like the world be right when I'm close to doing something. I was like, man, I'm getting a whole lot of trials and tribulations. I must be getting close to something. It's like spiritual
Mhm.
warfare. I swear to God, because everything else don't make sense. So even on the 4 hour chart, you see how we ain't broke this trend line here, but on the daily chart, this bitch is broke. But it's a daily
Yep.
setup, and then this red line is showing this close, and then this close. You telling me this close on the daily chart came all the way down for some reason, right? Perfectly where this low is, and in the uptrend, it's low, it's higher highs and higher lows. You're telling me that you came all the way to fuck down just to close as a higher low, just to close in structure compared to this low. Look, watch these red lines. Compared to this low, compared to well shit, the last low before that one was this one, and then this one. Every time my red line is getting higher. I wonder. Oh, is that a descending wedge? That's crazy. Man, this kind of looks like a descending wedge, a pop up to the upside and then take off. Man, I wonder what the confluence on the dollar looks like. Okay. Oh, nice downtrend on the weekly. First make two makes a trend. First high, second high, third high. Three is confirmation. Sell off. Okay, technically right here on the weekly chart, last week was a low. So we shouldn't have really been selling it. That's the lesson to learn. We shouldn't have sold this low, but we sold this
Mhm.
low thinking it's going to hold because of well, shit. I thought it was going to hold because of this high here.
Uh-huh.
Compared to this high, compared to this high, we get manipulated, go back to the weekly chart, and it makes sense. First high, second high, third high, touch of trend line right here for a fourth high on the weekly chart. Moving it into the 4 hour chart now. I get played going into the top of the week because I'm thinking we finna hoe. Oh, what you finna cook these niggas? That's what it sound like. Oh shit.
Man,
First high, second high, third high, manipulation, fourth high, ascending
it's
flag,
it's like that
entry.
manipulation just told the story then, that manipulation.
Yeah. And the only way they get past that manipulation is going to be if they are holding their trades and starting with a small account. Because I promise you one thing, I didn't build big ass accounts from nothing and I done blew them bitches too before. It's like people scared, like they see, oh, we blew 500. Wait till you blow 15 motherfucking $1,000. Wait till you blow it in one go. You is not gonna like me. You like this stupid. I only had $15,000 to my name all this time. She helped me get that. She Yes, wait till it happen over and over again. Wait until 40,000 drop to fucking 14,000 and like the drawdown is the difference between 40,000 and 14,000. That's the drawdown. And you over here mad because $50 went to 500. Your ass didn't take the 500 when I said you could, and then we blew that bitch. Wait till we get to these $30,000 accounts. You gonna cuss me the fuck out. No, you not, because I'm not gonna read your fucking message because I'm way the pine. I'm way past the pine. Oh, that
You
bitch
said,
in
no,
the
you're not.
pine.
I ain't gonna
I
read
ain't,
your message.
I ain't gonna read your message. You who the fuck you finna cuss out? I show a bitch how to go down a slide. I show you how to flip this motherfucker because or because the results gonna talk by themselves. I'm gonna enjoy my fucking day. And then it's like until you decide that you're gonna follow the results, you can replay the video over and over again. But I
Hmm.
only gotta say it once if it's on camera. So now I'm just like, man, I can tell these stories, I can show these account flips. Because I got evidence. It's evidence that I'm not fucking insane. Because sometimes I think I'm insane, but then I look at my phone like, oh, I'm fucking spitting. Look at this. Look at this account. Da, 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 da. Because if like I was telling my last client, I've never experienced a tornado before. You ever been in a tornado before?
Hell yeah.
Bro, yeah, everybody say hell yeah. I would not know how to act in no fucking tornado. I
You
don't know what to
can't, it
do. I'd be
ain't,
so scared.
there's a tornado that came through when I stayed in Alabama. I watched the fire, like the fire station go up in the air, and the fire station was half of a mile
Ah.
away. We standing in the yard. I said, well, shit.
Yeah.
It's gonna, if it's meant for us to get ate up, we just gonna get ate up. Okay, you ain't no running from it.
There's no running from it, and it's really like that. It's like the story of my life. Of I would have never thought I became what I did, but it's just the work along the way. And then it's like as long as there's evidence and proof, then it's like you have to believe it enough to want to keep going. Like people
Right.
know, hey, there's relief in the North. When in slave times, there's relief in the North. If there wasn't relief in the North, they would tell you there's not no relief in the North. But there was relief, so people kept going over there. Because if there wasn't, where the fuck they going? They not going further fucking south. I tell you that. That was not in the history lesson. They didn't go fucking further south. Now the people in the North trying to come south because it's fucking dangerous up there now. They trying to get the fuck out of Chicago. And I'm thinking, they're like, you should come visit Chicago. I'm like, oh, so you hate me, huh? You want me to go up there? I don't want to go north. I want to stay south now. Y'all should come down here. Y'all should come south because it matters. The
Right.
experience matters. So if I never seen a tornado, and I know, bro, the last tornado warning they had down here in my areas at least was when I was like probably like before Aubrey was born. But I'm hiding in the tub with my cat and dog in an apartment, and it's just like I wouldn't have survived that shit. They would have picked that fucking apartment up just like they would have picked that like just like they picked that fucking fire station up.
Yeah,
Fire station's supposed to save me and them niggas in the air.
exactly. That's what I thought. I said, who gonna help them?
Yeah, so just pay attention to details and everything else gonna work out. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that lower time frame. Break it down for you. Ooh, it's gonna be good. I'm gonna love my shit again. Like, because they just gonna watch this video, and that's why I'm like, man, you and me be having good sessions like on our days and stuff like that. So that's why it's just the energy and the vibe. So and it's like you got time too to stay on. So I'm like, you're already more advanced than some of my newer private students that I took on. So it's just like you already been doing the work. You've already watched the course. You've already been implementing what I'm saying. You already understand the rules of an uptrend. You already understand the rules of a downtrend. So then it's a matter of the salt and pepper scenario of people trying to say, oh, I only want salt. Hold the pepper. There is some people like that in the world. But in reality, if salt without pepper, this bitch gonna be salty as shit if you got too much on it. You know what I'm talking about? Because even licorice got some
Hmm.
little pepper grains in there. But then it's like
Yeah,
if I'm putting salt and pepper on the plate, if
it's
I'm
a
putting the higher
balance.
time frames and the lower time frames on my chart, why am I trying to separate them individually? It sounds like a waste of fucking time. But then people try to convince me it's not, and with no fucking results, and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna say okay and go on about my fucking life because that's what I do. I don't care because the
Right.
only person's life that's gonna not change because they didn't listen was theirs. And then God forbid you tell me you blew some shit and didn't listen to me. I'm like, damn, you should have listened then. And then I blow my shit, and they be like, "Well, see, that's why. That's why what? Because then I'll pull up a 100K trade here, a 25K trade there, a $2 million trade there. I'll pull up this student that made six figures. I'll pull up this student that made six figures. So here's why what? Here's why I blew my fucking $100 account after I've been trading for 9 fucking years. So the beauty is in the evidence, and timing is everything. So let me show the world that it don't matter the timing of it, because like me, I have an advantage of I have the learning curve and skill as the advantage. But at the same time, people don't have that advantage, so they have to be patient with themselves. And I want to show people. I don't even want to show people how to be patient with themselves. I thought I would have had these bitches flipped. Now I have no choice but to want to show people that there's beauty in waiting, because I'm finna get 150K out this account eventually. I don't know what the fuck everybody else gonna do, but at the
I
same
know,
time,
right?
I'm not stopping flipping this account. I'm not finna trade privately because I've gone too far. It's like YouTube. Everything looked good now, but when I was first getting it up and running in the first 30 days and stuff like that, shit was hard. Then I learned how to do thumbnails. Then I learned how to put time step on things. Then I went and learned how to like high CTR my description and my story and how to explain it. And I learned how to not to be a professional turner upper. I still turn this bitch up, but I'm gonna make sure I put the red tape on. Don't go that way. Don't go that way. Bitch, I said don't go that way. So we finna cook. The dollar good. And then we got
Yeah,
GU. GU look good. Indices been doing what the fuck they doing. I'm not finna chase them hoes. I'm finna chase what the fuck I've been in. Because if I'm over here, like these could still go up, but I'm gonna get more bang for my buck from everything that's getting held down, everything that's been getting manipulated. And now look
yeah,
at this. Look, this is getting higher every time. Boom. Look at this manipulated ass candle. Impulse into downside. Give you a descending wedge. Boom. 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 It's easier to see it once you make a decision. But even in my business, I had to make a decision. And one of the biggest decisions over the months that I was trying to decide on if I wanted to keep my old clientele or I was raising them. I'm raising that motherfucker cause I'm literally adding so much value to where I don't even want you with me if I never made you $250 a month from my free content, because my free content will teach you how to trade. And if my free content don't teach you how to trade, you don't need to come to me yet. You know what I'm talking about? But then it's
right.
like everything else you gotta be making, say, over 100,000 a year to even understand or even want to continue to do it. Because I was making $100,000 a year as a server, not as a server a year at Papado. Because when I got fired from there, I was not making that no more. That was not making it no more. So really, it was an obsession with trying to better myself and really get back to break even. But my break even was at Papado. So I'm like, okay, none of these restaurants is paying like Papado. I'm not having the same experience. I'm not making the same friends. It's like God wanted me to not have fun when I left Papado, because I guarantee you, my mindset was I'm gonna serve like these niggas the rest of my life. This is some good money here. I see why they stay here. God knew I was gonna stay there with their ass, because now I take my private students to Papado. I will go to the exact Papado on Lombardi Lane, Strip Club Avenue, where all the football players go in the season. That strip
Mm,
that Papado, I'm gonna take everybody there. And last private student I took there, he came, paid 50,000. He was from Memphis. We sit at the bar. Guess what? She still work here. This nigga I slept with still work here. That nigga still work here. This nigga, hey, what you doing, girl? Da, da, da. All I know is I fell the fuck off back then a few years ago. I lost everything. Back then, they ain't happy, bro. And they look, I'm the Titanic, but I'm the black version of the Titanic. This bitch will not sink. You know why this bitch not sinking? Because I can't swim. I'm not going in the water. I'm if I gotta get on the blade myself, the blades is finna fucking go. In this case, I don't have to get
oh
on the blade
yeah.
myself. We just gotta ride the blade. This blade, in the uptrend, what blade you want to get on? You wanna get this blade? You wanna go on this blade? You wanna go on this blade? I wanna get on this blade. You don't wanna get on that blade if you're a fucking buyer. Not if you're a buyer, you ain't get on that blade. You want to get on that blade? Let me show you that blade setup. That blade setup is this one over here on the motherfucking dollar. This the blade you need to get on that look like that. This is the Carnival Cruise Line right here. You trying to go to Alaska? Ah, nah, you don't, then you need to get the fuck off the Carnival. That's the wrong. They got an Alaskan cruise line. You on the wrong motherfucking cruise line. But it's tying all of that together. I've studied enough. That's what I'm saying. It became it's. I never thought I would be here. It just became an obsession of I met this person. This nigga that making $1 million trades on small ass lot size, holding this shit for a year. Then I met this girl, and she going crazy on small accounts with high ass lot sizes for the whole year. But she don't know how to articulate. She don't want to teach. He don't want to teach. He don't know how to articulate. But I take one sentence he gave me, one sentence she gave me. I've always been my own individual trader. I'm working with this person hand in hand. What's the chance I praise for somebody that turned 500 into a million in 30 days? That's so crazy, but that's the timing. Cool, I love it. And then it's like, okay, I can do that. God not gonna show me nothing I can't do. I'm not no hater. LeBron James family, you know why I was not a fan no more? Because they tipped like shit. But he wasn't there. He wasn't there. It was just his family there. It was just his
Yeah.
mom and then some of his extended family there. He
Mm.
wasn't there, but they using his name. We put them in the banquet room. I'm their server. I'm excited. I've given up all my tables for this family, and they tipped me less than 20%. I could have kept all my fucking tables. I could have just kept it. So,
Damn.
am I a hater? Have I ever told somebody that story before? No. And I'm glad I never did because this nigga a billionaire. He don't give a fuck. He probably don't even know about it. This was years ago. This was like a decade ago this shit happened. You know? But I'm not no hater. Most people will say, man, I remember when she pulled my $50 account a couple years ago. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. That's what it is. Cause bitch, you a quitter. You quit. You telling me? Imagine how I would look. LeBron James family took me like shit a decade ago, and I'm over here. Yeah, they left me like $50 or $100 or something on like $1,000 bill. It should have been like 200 or something. But he
Right.
wasn't there. He just that's just a representation of his brand, his family. But it's like if I was a hater, I would have been like, I'm not supporting that no more. I'm not gonna grow because this happened to me. That's all I hear. I'm not gonna grow because this happened to me. But imagine if I was still a loser. I'm not no loser no more. Not even a loser. I just wasn't making. I wasn't where I was supposed to be in life. But if I didn't grow from that aspect, I would have been pissed because he wasn't a billionaire back then. He was no billionaire a decade ago. He's a billionaire now. But now I'm looking up to him in that aspect of I'm glad that I'm not serving your fucking family more because that was terrible. But at the same time, let me use what you are doing and how you're automating things and how you work with people and what your systems look like on Instagram and Facebook so that I can implement it into myself because I see myself as a billionaire. I see myself worth 100 million. I see myself worth a trillion. But to get there from where I am now, I don't even have 50 million yet. But it's not fair to me because I feel like I'm supposed to already be there. But the timing of it is if I was already there, knowing what I have gone through the last few years, last few months, if I had the wrong people around me, I would have been destroyed had I already been at 50 million. You know what I'm talking about? So
Mm-hmm.
it's like it's a time and a place for everything, just like there is in the market. So yeah, you just pay attention to stuff like that. I love it. How you feel? How you feel?
I feel great. Shit. I'm about to make
Yes.
sure I'm about to go ahead and move some more money over to my wallet.
Hell yeah, because I was so surprised when I woke up. I couldn't believe it. I wasn't even fully awake yet. Like sometimes I wake up and then look at my phone. I'm still like it's like one eye open. Like I'm gonna check. I don't even check messages. I check my trades and then I might check messages if I check messages. I really don't care that much because usually it's the same
Real.
thing. People want to learn how to trade. I don't even date people that want to know how to trade for one, but I don't date people that know I trade because of my experience on. I just give too much too fast because. Like the dude, like JT, he met me floating $100,000, $65,000, damn near 100,000. He only even make that a year, so it's like everything that happened through the relationship to me. If I'm verse in thinking for other people is not that I got fucked over, it's that I let myself get fucked over because I didn't use enough discernment for a situation when it's like bells and whistles. It's like if we together, of course I'm gonna make sure somebody good. I want them to make sure I'm good. But if my person and I've never had a rich girlfriend before, it brings out a different side that maybe he wasn't ready for. But maybe
Right.
along the journey, throughout the path, the time, he'll mature. And maybe I'll meet him again in another aspect. And that's what I believe. I believe that you don't meet people on accident and I don't meet people on accident. There's a reason for everything. But maybe this season, God needs to whoop your ass spiritually, and He don't need me to be a part of that because He know I'm gonna help until I can't. You know what I'm talking about? So,
Right.
so it's just like that in the market too. Look at that beautiful ass little setup right there. Oh my God, I can't wait to see this come into fruition. It's like we're planting seeds, waiting for a harvest. We're about to harvest, guys. We're about to harvest. I'm excited. I can't wait. I feel like it's gonna
No,
happen
right.
this summer, and I'm gonna end up extending the account flip challenge if I have to, because at the end of the day, it's like as CEO, if something doesn't work that way, you just gotta get up, do it again. And if no one has taught people how to get out the mud to get up and do it again, because nobody taught me that, I had to learn from perfect experience through business to get up and do it again. Because I wanted to quit last year because that was $1 million a year business just on just digital products and stuff like that, right? And then I had to just walk away from that shit because my systems wasn't in order in that aspect. Then I had to learn how to get up and do it again, but also teach them to get up and do it again, not in just life, but in business, but in trading, because this shit is hard. And then this bitch gonna cook your account, and this bitch gonna cook your account. But then eventually you start learning of why am I still selling here? If I know I got a good entry here and it came here, it's an equal high. Equal highs is still along the rules. It can still sell off from there. And then a high here gives me a high here. So why don't I just change my perspective? Stop adding down here. Stop adding when I see a potential descending wedge, because a descending wedge is always going to give you a reason to buy, like it is right here. But it's a matter of where is it going to stop? Does it stop
Uh-huh.
here? Does it stop here? Does it stop here? Or does it stop here? If I'm trading in that direction, then eventually I'll have a summary of sales into the downtrend. Just like for GBP USD and any other assets against it, eventually I'm gonna have a summary of buys into the uptrend. But then it's like, okay, now I got to figure out what session am I in? What's going on? What day are we going into? Sometimes the market is set up on Wednesday going into Thursday. Sometimes it's set up Thursday going into Friday to swing out for an intraday for the week. But my mindset in order to stack and build these small accounts is it has to be it all has to come together, and it has to be, how do you say, damn, I forgot the word for it, but it has to be like a smooth rotation. And that's why the sink will not ship, because in my life the ship has never sunk. It's the Titanic of the same aspects of this iceberg hit, hole in this ship. We don't have enough boats. I'm looking fucking stupid. I thought the ship would never sink. The ship will not sink because of the rules. But in the ocean, they don't have extra steel out there. They don't have the welders out there. Shit, my ship got welders on this bitch. My ship got God. My ship got wood. Shit, we got life jackets. You know what I'm talking about? We not getting in the fucking water at all. People frozen to death in the water. Oh, you not? Oh, you didn't die from the ship sinking? All right, bitch, we gonna kill you with fucking hypothermia. How about that? No, we're not getting in that bitch. We staying on the ship that work, and the ship that work got the most results. And anybody that disagreed, we don't give a fuck because you ain't got no results. My fucking meter is crazy because I ain't had no choice in life but to say fuck it. Ah shit, lost my job, fuck it. Ah shit, came out to him. Oh, my mom is crazy. Fuck it. Ah shit, this person took advantage of me. Well, at least I'm rich. Fuck it. This nigga gotta go back to work. Anybody. But it's just like, to me, you don't have a say in this world until you put your money where your mouth is. Because I could do more work from the top than I ever could from the bottom. Than I ever could. I wasn't even thinking about recording and talking at the bottom because I was struggling. You know what I'm talking about? So it's just like I could change your perspective and your perception on life. And if not, and as long as I can change one person's life, then I change the whole world, because my life was changed and I'm changing the whole world. Makes sense?
Yep.
Damn! Look at you. And that's, look at this. The lower time frames, like the lower time frames ain't shit the lower time frames could do. Let's go outdo these higher time frames. If I know I was buying over here, I'm physically in this bitch right here, like getting my ass cooked in real estate and happy I flipped this account and catching these accounts. And I'm like, okay, I know the rules of an uptrend, I know the rules of a downtrend. Damn, the rules, they look like the rules on the weekly chart. They look like the rules on the daily chart. Oh, descending flag, buy. Okay, 4 hour chart. Higher lows every time. Okay, this low technically took out these lows. Oh, but I'm only looking for a buy. It don't matter if we took out these lows, because now we took out these lows, so we guarantee we low. Now what? We don't sell lows. We buy lows. I'm gonna show a bitch how to go down the slide.
Let's get it, King.
Enjoy your fishing. Yeah,
I
we can.
am. I'm gonna hit you up. I'm gonna hit you up later. I ain't gonna lie. I'll probably be. I say I be up London. Girl, I wake up, look at the market, probably put an entry in and go back to sleep.
Yeah, I'll be up. I don't know, but there's a season for everything. I used to always not be up like that, but this season for sure since November, I just been awake. But it's like I'm really putting all my systems in place throughout the night, so it's all working out good.
Well,
And
hopefully I catch some fish then.
yeah, go
A
catch some.
turtle,
She said
a
she finna
turtle or
fish and
something.
she finna go fish. She finna fish in the market and
Oh
she finna
God,
fish out that pond too.
you cooking? All right, man. I'll hit you up later.
Have fun. Bye.
Bye.